But I feel like I need you to hear me, Lord. Yeah. Lord, I know they tell me that you live within, Lord. I believe that's true, Lord. But how I feeling, Lord? I feel so distant. Come down, wherever you are, Lord. Come down, hey Lord. Come down. I need you to move, Lord. Circumstances are rising, Lord. I need you to rise above it, Lord. Just do what you must do. When the ocean rise, let my faith rise higher, Lord. Hey, come down. Oh, come down. I wanna hear it. Come down. Hey, you're all in your seat. Come on. Whatever you're struggling with, whatever you're battling with, right now, oh Lord. Tell him, come down, Lord. He could do it. If he could do it for me, he could do it for you. That's who our God is. I know his name is Deliverer. I know his name is Conqueror. I know his name is Peace. I know what you could do, Lord. If you did it for me, do it, Lord, for Trinidad and Tobago. Do it for the Caribbean, Lord. Do it in the U.S., Lord. Do it all over, Lord. Come down. Your hands are not short, Lord. Hey, it is not in your will that any should perish, Lord. Oh, you love us all to deliver us, Lord. Hey, Lord, come down.
Are you experiencing loss of vision, or are your glasses broken? At Value Optical, we're open, and we're here to help. You can have your urgent eyeglasses in 3 days with packages starting at $695. When you visit us, be mindful of the 3 W's. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Please call us toll-free 800-2020 for expert advice on your vision needs or to book your appointment. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I could buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 60 Tools.
Alright, thanks, boss. Nah, man. Granny,
do you have $488 to lend, man?
Hi, what's up, TNT? This is Wayne Johnson out of Brooklyn, New York. I always wanted to do something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT.
Salvation, full and free. Salvation is for everybody.
Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 91 Eastern Main Road in St. Augustine. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new with Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on The Street 919 FM.
Tikaro, I am Alatu Michelle Ifaba Michelle Aganki, better known as MCDU, and every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Sheet 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Pastor Hannah A. Parbu of Holy Spirit Ministries will be live on the street 919 FM every first and third Wednesday from 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. In the scripture, Matthew 19 verse 26, the Bible says, "But Jesus looked at them and said to them, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." Pastor Hannah is here to motivate you, challenge you, encourage you to walk in your purpose and destiny God has for you. For prayer and counseling, call Pastor Hannah at 728-5197.
He heals me when I'm broken. His strength where I've been weak. Forever he'll reign.
No distance can divide us, our hope is what connects us. Though challenges we face, we're still full of resilience. If we believe together, things are gonna get better. We're closer than we've ever been, we will rise up much stronger. Just believe, just believe, just believe, just believe. Yes, we've been down before, and we will rise once more. Just believe, just believe. Just believe. Hope will lead the way. Tomorrow's a brighter day, so just believe.
Believe in the future. Believe in each other, and we will get there. Be mobile. Just believe.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the Street 919 FM.
The journey's almost
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
Well, a pleasant good morning to each and everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Titans of Democracy right here on the Street 919 FM. Let me thank the Heavenly Father for bringing me here safe, sound, and all together in one piece. A pleasant good morning going out to my entire family. Good morning to Ms. Sharon Felix, Mr. Dominic Romain, and their entire family. Good morning to you, all our callers, all our listeners, to all of our viewers online. It's always good to have you guys on the inside with us. Oh, yes. Let me say pleasant good morning going on to the management and staff of the Street 919 FM. Good morning to Mr. Iwer George and his entire family. So at this time, we're going to I'm going to open up the lines a bit. I don't want to start the papers, and Dominic is not in as yet. So I'm going to open up the lines a little bit, and we can take some of your calls. So you can call me at 342-0081 or 466-5391. Call me up and give you a little morning greetings now. Keep it short, sweet, nice, to the point. All right, guys? So you can call me up on 342-0081, 466-5391. If I ain't seen anybody calling, I'm going to get into the papers to start the ball rolling, okay? Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good
Hi.
morning to your whole staff there. Good morning to Sharon. I want to say good morning. Yes?
Yes.
You were saying something?
No, go ahead.
I want to say good morning to Uncle James. I want to say good morning to Tanti Lynette. And good morning to Fanwell and his wife Gail. And good morning to my auntie, Auntie Louise. Thank you and bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. Give your greetings. Yes, this is the time to do so. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you this morning?
I'm blessed.
Nice.
I just calling to say blessing to you and Dominic and to Sharon and each and everyone on the radio station. Blessing to Iwer George. Thank God for God opening a way that He will have the station so that we could be able to call in and hear our voices.
Yes.
All right. So bless you, Bruce, in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. To you too as well. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning.
What's up, bro? Morning, Titans of Democracy. Morning to the big boss, Iwer George. Mano, what vibes, boys? Your caller listening for first. Aisha. Vienna program, Vanessa and Roberto, we seen. I really enjoyed that panorama yesterday, partner. Oh my God. I wanted to run up in the savannah to see if it really had pan playing yesterday, on that Vienna show. Listeners, nation, well, I behave yourself, what we doing, Aisha. Yeah, I'm a full support girl. Morning to everybody, all the listeners, the big boss, Iwer George. Locked on and listening. Keep good morning to you too, Bruce.
Yeah, man. Bless.
Sharon, Dominic, we'll try and come in our way. Later.
Yeah, man. Take care. Yes, guys, so remember at this time, every morning we'll give you that opportunity to call in and say a little greetings, send out your love. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, Bruce, first time caller to your program.
Hey, man, welcome on the inside. Where are you calling from?
From Swiss Sport, all the way in the cargo department. I want to tell my mother, good morning, Claudia King. Bruce, she's a hard-line listener to you all.
Yeah, man.
Good morning to all the rest of the staff and Chuck Jiver. Pleasant morning to you, brother. I like you vibes. God bless.
Yeah, man. Bless up. Thanks.
Yeah.
Let me say a pleasant good morning also going out to each and everyone in our sister Isle of Tobago. Tobago, good morning. See, you guys are not locked on. I'm going to try to see what I can do to get that sorted out for you. Mano, where are you? Mano, like you're under the covers still, boy. Caller, good morning.
Blessed morning to you, Boss Rain.
Hi, morning, Oma. How are you this morning?
I'm good after John yourself.
I'm doing great.
Okay, bless.
Oma, what go on there? You touched the thing by mistake? Oh, gosh. Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Good morning to Sharon and good morning to Dominic. This is Gerard here. Just wanted to say good morning and good morning to the Titans of Democracy. More looking at show on Facebook now, more than anything else. We'll have a great morning.
Yeah, man.
continue to keep the flag flying, continue to keep the information coming. All right, bless up.
Yeah, man, bless. So guys, you can call me up on 3420081 466-5391. Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Saying a blessed day to you, Dominic, Sharon, Pastor Guga, and everyone.
Yes.
And I wish we have a blessed day. Love you guys. Listen to you all every single day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. Well, let me say good morning to my friend here in Sovereign Street in Carnage. Good morning to you, my friend. Caller, good morning.
A blessed morning to Bruce.
Hey, morning.
Dominic, all loyal listeners and callers of 91.9 and all who on the live. I want to big up Mr. Iwer George this morning for this beautiful and wonderful station, giving the information that is needed for the population in this time. If you was watching, your name is Mr. Bruce. And I want to congratulate the Minister of Health and the all frontline workers concerning this virus that we have here. And they're talking about a new variant. People, be careful. Let us all be vigilant. And thank you very much for taking my call. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Take care. Bless. Somebody needs to tell Manu it's time to get up. Manu. Good morning.
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 Blessed love to you, Mr. Bruce Wayne, and your family this morning.
Yes.
Thank you, the Lord, for being in the land of the living. Now, get up, like she said, I love them. Yeah, blessed love to you, Sharon Felix, and the family also. Blessed love to the Titans family. Blessed love to Angie. She said, whoever forgets she at all. So I just said, good morning, Angie. Mommy sauce. Right?
Yes.
Mama, blessed love, Shakrak lady. Blessed love to each and every one of the nations of Trinidad and Tobago. My area, past the feet over Beacom to Macan Paradise. Right? Blessed love. Wake up, I'm up. Yes. Yes. So all blessing goes out to the Prime Minister and his colleagues, all the health ministers, all the ministers themselves, Iwer George and his family. Blessed love. All the good things that is happening, let it go on. And Mr. Bruce Wayne, I ain't ready yet. You know what I mean? I ain't ready yet. I'm watching.
All right.
Because my condition, I'm watching still.
All
right? Only God knows it. Right?
Yes.
Right. So, blessed love again and keep up the faith.
Yes.
I'm glad that you're here this morning. And Dominic, blessed love to you and each other. Mano! Yes, I will call you. I'm trying to call him yesterday. My phone and all get in trouble, so that's why I don't want to really, try thing with it there. So I'm there. Right? I'm right here.
Yes.
For all the co-workers, blessed love to you all. I'm gone.
Yes, thank you. Take
Love.
care. So I can probably take 2 more calls. Dominic is almost ready to be on the inside. Oh, Manu isn't true. Manu, it's time to get up. If Zina called before you, Manu, hey. If Zina only called before you, Manu. Caller, good morning.
Hey, good morning again.
Yeah, man.
I just had a question for the nation, boy. We're going on with money, man, boy. somebody from over calling and say, oh, we don't see that by any a long while, boy. So, when I say money, man, boy.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, boy, I'm a sender, brother, boy. You know, we're always trying to pump some sense into we head, boy. Money, man, we know it here. Somebody from over calling now. I go on.
Yeah, man. Take care. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning,
Calling from Tobago. We're not on, so I don't.
Yes,
I just called my guest to see if you. Tobago not hearing anything at all.
Yeah, trying to sort that out right now.
Okay, thank you.
Trying to sort it out, yes.
Hi, good morning, Bruce. You missed that here? I again, I'm not sure. Morning, Bruce. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago, all the Titans. Morning to Miss Claudette. Morning to Mora. Morning to Miss Teresa, that nice bunking lady from Arima. And past the street. And I tell my wife, don't have dollar and she phoned the call. She phone go cut off. Today it happened this morning. So I go on.
Good morning, Dominic. Hearing me?
Morning, sir.
Morning. Yes.
The volume a little low, but...
True. All right. Let's see if I could sort that out. Well, I was awaiting your arrival to get into the papers.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Hear me any better now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Right. So, want to say your good mornings before I get into the papers? Hey, Dominic not hearing me? Dominic!
Yeah, you're low again.
Again?
Yeah.
But now fix it. I'm now asking if you want to say your good mornings while before I get into the papers.
Morning, Angie. Angie don't miss. Yes, when you finish now, when I come in, I will.
All right, no problem. How it's sounding now? Any better?
Much better. Much better.
All right, cool. I hope it don't go back again as a switch, right? So, guys, we're going to get into our online papers for today, Thursday, the 12th of August, 2021. In the Express, headline on the Express, Delta lands dreaded COVID variant detected in 2 quarantined unvaccinated returning nationals. Don't panic, says CMO. So let's get on the inside and see what's taking place. So on the inside, Delta is here. Don't panic. Okay. Man, wife shot dead by police. A 28-year-old man and his wife were killed yesterday morning during an alleged confrontation with police in Enterprise. I was seeing this story yesterday and was told that he used his wife as a shield. Right. Report of fake immunization cards again. The Ministry of Health has made another report to police regarding the sale of fake immunization cards, Health Minister Terence Dialsing said yesterday. 3 Pfizer vaccine from the U.S., 305,370 doses. Okay. The Delta variant has reached TNT. We read that earlier. Don't wait for a crisis to get vaccinated. More AstraZeneca vaccines arrive. Health Minister Terence Dialsing noted today that, well, that would have been yesterday, that the arrival of 33,600 doses of AstraZeneca vaccines from the COVAX facility can lead to another 13,000 persons being vaccinated. Okay, cool. Cop, wife, and the second woman charged with conspiracy to murder ambulance driver with injection. A police officer and 2 women will appear virtually before a Sangre Grande magistrate yesterday with several offenses, including conspiracy to murder. Lord Father. Serial rapist / killer appeals, says 27 years too long. No comment. So those are the stories making way in the Express. Let me see what's happening in the Newsday. 7 deaths, 350 new COVID-19 cases. Hundreds from disabled community turn up for vaccine. Cop sees loaded gun, 2 men outside Palmis supermarket. Ministry of Works clears North Coast Road landslide. Sinkhole floods plague Duncan Village residents. Well, you brief to go and stand up inside of that. 55 Tobago families to get, excuse me, $940,000 in self-help home repair grants. PAHO concerned about vaccine hesitancy. Relative of Rio Claro murder victim, friends led him astray. Freeport man, 25, held for theater producer's murder. Oh. Marabella man, 32, shot dead. Kudjo, over 70% of residents affected by airport project compensated. Okay. Okay. Man shot near George Street Grocery. Trinidad and Tobago envoy meets Venezuelan foreign minister in Caracas. Steady flow of people at South Central vaccination sites. Matlock police officer to, okay, this was, all right, well, they didn't say that before. All right. Imbert on PNM victory anniversary. We made it through. Piarco Airport awarded Caribbean's best and cleanest airport. Hey, congratulations to us. Barport truck driver gunned down in front of family. Las Lomas man shot dead in yard. And these are the stories making way in the Newsday. Excuse me. So in the Guardian, dangerous Delta here, that's the headline on the Guardian. So that would have been a similar story to the Express. Embassy, total Pfizer donation to TNT will be 908,000. Okay. Tableland school principal dies from COVID-19. Ministry challenges chamber on mass closure of businesses. Right, so where am I? Murder accused plead for virtual judge alone trials. Port of Spain prisoners contract chickenpox. Commissioner says it's no outbreak. Union prepares for possible TSTT job cuts. Hoteliers restricted inter-island travel, crippling business in Tobago. PAHO to help more countries across access vaccines. Yes. Mahasaba CMO talk about open air prior cremations Thursday. NGOs take vaccines directly to communities. Dr. Veronica Simon appointed UE head, student experience. Barakpur businessmen fix bumpy roads. Okay. Good Samaritans reach out to needy family. And those are the stories making way in the Guardian, the Express, and the Newsday at this time. So, Dominic?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I need to go downstairs quickly and come back.
Okay.
I have to open, close downstairs and come back. So.
Oh, the issue hasn't been resolved?
No, not as yet. So I know I will have to move another time for one more time for the morning. So I'll go in and come back. So you can go ahead in the meantime.
Right, so let me say good morning to Mr. and Mrs. Giuseppe. Good morning to Mr. and Mrs. Regis. Let's say good morning to Auntie Reddy, Mother Tuna Puna, Sharon, Miss Monica. Morning to you too as well. Gemma. And to all of the listeners of the Street 919 FM. So we see that we have a bit of good news that would have come yesterday. Unfortunately, good news for the rest of the country. Not so good news for the United National Congress, of course, because we know the narrative that they've been spinning for the past few months continues to be depleted. I'm waiting to see what Doglaya Politics is going to have to say with respect to that announcement that Bruce would have just read there about that timely donation by the U.S. government, something that we've been looking forward to for quite some time. And government, of course, indicating that the first batch will go to students so that we can get back to some level of normalcy insofar as school reopening is concerned. Oh, I did mention to Bruce a couple of weeks ago that there is a new entity called the Concerned Parents Association, which some of whom, the membership, have indicated, their reluctance to have their children inoculated. But we'll see how that goes in the best interest of all children. But because it's for students between the ages of 12 to 18, it would limit the amount of students that would be able to go back out to school. But I saw the proposal by the ministry is 2 days in person and perhaps the next 3 days as online. So it's a sort of hybrid system that they are proposing, but hopefully yesterday's announcement should be a game changer, because I imagine when that decision was taken, the government would not yet have been aware as to when this gift would have arrived. So congratulations to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, who in his capacity as former chairman of CARICOM, would have worked diligently alongside his other colleagues to make this gift a reality. So the announcement yesterday that some 5.5 million doses will be made available to the Caribbean, and Trinidad to stand to get just under 1 million, and given that, you know, a lot of people were desirous of this option, so I think we're well on our way to herd immunity. So that there certainly is some good news for Trinidad and Tobago. And we continue to be number one in the Caribbean in that respect, both in terms of first and second dose. So again, congratulations to the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Also to what Bruce would have mentioned, Trinidad, the Piarco Airport being declared the best airport in the Caribbean, and I think third in the region in Central America and so on. Another bit of good news, of course, you would have the detractors who, they just can't help themselves, just can't help themselves. Because I was reading some comments when I saw the story first came out on Facebook, and people talking, what, isn't that the NDPNM called that the cowshed? That's not the cowshed that Pandey built, but they had to say now and so on, as if no improvements would have been made to that airport since 1995 to 2001, over 20 years ago when it was constructed. So I don't know if that's the impression that they want to give people. PNM administration manning from 2001 to 2010, Keith Rowley's administration from 2015 to now, they have made absolutely no contribution whatsoever to any improvements on that airport. But they would do well to note that part of the reason, one of the main reasons why the airport would have gotten that designation, is because of the measures that have been taken to make the airport COVID ready. Because I would have read the report prior to the announcement that Piarco would have come in first place. There was a previous report that spoke about the other international airports, and they were talking about what was the criteria that they would have used to make this determination. And one of the main ones, of course, as I said, had to do with preparedness of the airport, the sanitization stations, and all of these different things, and all of the mechanisms that have been put in place to treat with incoming passengers, and to make sure that it can treat with persons sanitization needs insofar as the COVID is concerned, right? So you will always have the doubters. Anything good, and it amazes me that anytime there is something good about Trinidad and Tobago, some good news, you will always have Trinidad and Tobago citizens who will find some way to pour cold water on it, and to find some way to beat it down and say, something wrong. Where's the criteria that they use for that? They sure they're talking about Trinidad? Citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and then you wonder why the country is in the state that it is in, because it's a mindset that we can have nothing good, and it comes usually from the same people, right? So now they're beating up on the Minister of Sport and the Ministry of Sport, claiming that they did nothing to assist the athletes who would have gone to the Olympics, and blame the minister for the outcome of the Olympics. But if it is that medals had been won, I wonder if these same people would have given credit to the minister and the Ministry of Sport. We know that we have the Elite Athlete Funding Program, which the minister had to go to great pains to talk about last night and to explain what would have been given. And she made the point that one of the challenges that the ministry faces is that athletes who fall under the Elite Athlete Funding Program, some of them are of the view that they shouldn't have to submit applications, or they shouldn't have to submit any type of documentation to get funding, that the ministry should just establish some sort of funding quota and just hand them a check. And as she said, that cannot be done because of the fact that it is taxpayers' money that is being spent, and there are systems and procedures in place as to how this whole thing is to be treated with. So It cannot just be that we just handing out money just so. And what she would have said before, when she would have been interviewed on the same topic, probably a week or two ago, is the point that they are asked to submit these things because not everybody requires the same level of funding. Some people are in fact sponsored by the private sector. Not all of the athletes. So for instance, you have Keyshawn Walcott, who is sponsored by B-Mobile. I think Andrew Lewis and a couple of others, they get some level of sponsorship, I believe, from Republic Bank. So the amount of funding that they may require from the ministry would not be as high as what other athletes would require, those who are unsponsored. But there continues to be this belief that the government, everything is the government and the government. As if the government has an unending, bottomless pit of money to just dip in. And people continue to forget that this is not 2010 to 2015. The government is not earning the kind of money that it was earning in that period because the oil prices are not the same. Production levels are not the same. We would have seen within recent times that our production in terms of natural gas is down from 3.8 million scuffs down to about 2.8, 2.9, which is not very good news. Also to the levels of production at Petrotrin, Heritage is also down, but that has been on the decline for a number of years. It didn't just happen under this administration. Over the years, if you check from under Pandey, come down to Mr. Manning, under Kamala Prasad now under Keith Rowley, the number of barrels per day being produced has been steadily declining from a high back in, I think, the 1970s or so when we were producing around 330,000 barrels a day, I think I read. And now we're down to under 100,000. So if it is that you have a reduction in production, the amount of barrels that you have available for sale, obviously, is going to affect your income. But for some reason, people just don't want to understand and accept that the government's revenue position today is not what it was in that period under the last administration. And therefore, cuts have been made, as Barataria is often want to talk about. We went from 65 billion per year down to about 52 to 53 billion. That's a significant cut. And obviously, the society is going to feel the pinch. But everything is the government and the government and the government. We want the government to supply everything. The majority of the government's budget right now goes to non-productive endeavors. When they have to pay for transfers and subsidies, all of these different things, all of the different grants that they have to give out, when they have to subsidize the plane ride to Tobago, when they have to subsidize the boat ride to Tobago, when they're subsidizing the price of water, subsidizing the price of electricity, all of these subsidies that we have come to depend on. And we are not willing to let go of any of these things because why? We pay in tax as a taxpayer. So, everything. But do a calculation of how much taxes some of you are paying and ask yourself, what could that really supply? If you had to take that same money that you're paying to the government in taxes for the year and go to the private sector and spend it, would you get all of the things that you are demanding? You might even get a fraction of what it is that you're demanding for that amount of taxes. So just sometimes people just need to try and understand how the thing works, right? Dr. Rowley doesn't have a magic wand that he could just go and wave it when he wake up in the morning and say, hey, I need 5 billion today. Make it appear in the treasury. It don't work that way. And if it is that things continue, I mean, look at what's happening with respect to the price of food. And that is a global phenomenon. But there's only so many things that the government could do. And therefore, we call for corporate Trinidad and Tobago needs to step up insofar as the athletes are concerned. Because we see in banks making profits over 9 months in excess of $1 billion. Almost all of these different companies you're hearing, this one's profits up, that one's profits up in a pandemic. And this year, the COVID is worse than it was last year. The lockdown was longer this year than it was last year, and yet still so many of these companies have made more money this time around than they did for the same period last year. So clearly they're doing something. Even in a repressed or depressed economy, they continue to do very well. And therefore, if you're making more money than you've been making before, why not step up to the plate and assist? Now, I know Republic Bank, for instance, has their Power to Make a Difference program where they give money to non-profit organizations, to charities, and so on. There's a procedure form that you fill out, and if it is that you qualify, they give you grants and whatnot. And there are other corporate entities that also do their bit, rather, insofar as corporate social responsibility is concerned. But more of them need to step up, more of them can, and take some of the burden off of the government, at least in this time. And even if I suppose that they are able to write off these things for a tax benefit anyway, so why not do more? And again, I was listening to a program last Saturday. The talk was about, the athletes and the government and doing enough and this and that and the other, right? The United States won 108 medals in the Olympics. 108, I believe, yeah. And I think China came in second with 80-something. So they were at the top of the list, right? How many of those athletes are supported by the government of the United States of America? How many of them? Where them complaining with the government and giving me no money and the government not supporting? It's usually corporate sponsorship. I'm even reading stories of people from Canada and Switzerland and so on who had to raise funds for themselves. Had to go to crowdfunding and GoFundMe and all of these different things in order to get the money to be able to go to the Olympics. I think the young lady who won the BMX riding, wherever that is, she said so she had to, her family couldn't go with her, and she had to work extra hours and so on, and all of these different things. Yeah. She had to raise money through different fundraisers in order to get to the Olympics, and she won a gold medal. Now, I suppose after she's won, now she's in the spotlight. Everybody gonna want to run and to help her and to do things. So it is not just Trinidad alone. So this thing about the government and the government and the government, come on. There was a I think her name is Alison Felix, I believe, is the runner who got pregnant, and she was being sponsored by Nike. And then Nike decided when she was pregnant to cut her fees, well, the money that they were giving to her, by 70%. Yeah, 70%. They cut it by because she was pregnant. And she decided, you know what, well, I will prove a point, and she went out there and she won gold. Wow. And all of a sudden, Nike want to pull back and they want to review their policies insofar as how they treat women and how they treat pregnancy and so on. Athletes who they cover with respect to that, because she put them to shame. Yeah. Because it was a big story before the Olympics started. But she was inclined to go out on her own because she felt discriminated by Nike. They don't treat men the same way. Of course, men don't get pregnant and so on. But still, look what happened. So there's a lot of these athletes, these international athletes, supported by Reebok, Nike, Adidas. So they give them their shoe to wear in order to run. You have different apparel companies that sponsor these athletes so that they could wear their clothing when they're running, to basically to advertise their brand for them. Yeah. It is what happens in the international arena. But in Trinidad here, we spend a set of money, right, to take out big newspaper ads. We wish our athletes the best at the Olympics and so on, right? Who that money benefiting? Not the athletes. It benefiting the newspaper and the ad agencies. So then when the athletes win, they go there on their own. Some with support of the government. Some of them who are based outside and probably have some sort of sponsorship or whatever it is on the outside. And they do well. All of a sudden, well, they want to spend big money on them, parade them all over the country, give them this gift and that gift. I see where the chairman of Sandals, Adam Stewart, is giving holiday packages free of charge to several of the athletes at the Sandals resorts throughout the Caribbean, you know? So that is a good thing. I see even Atto Bolden has gotten onto the bandwagon now and he blasting. Well, basically he's saying that what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago insofar as sport is concerned, and Olympic sport, that is a case of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. He was highly critical. He held back no punches. Some people have been, very hard on him but the man told no lies. It is what it is. And therefore, there needs to be a shake-up. I see where Brian Lewis, the head of the Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee, has indicated that the focus for 2024 is going to be on potential podium potential persons who are showing that they have the potential to actually medal in 2024, and other aspirants may just have to look at the other meets, international meets, but that they will the TTOC really and truly, you will not be on the spotlight of the TTOC. So if it is that you have hopes for Paris 2024, you need to step up your game again. But corporate TNT, you have 3 years in which to come forward and assist these people. As Shampa Kudjo said, it is not for a lack of facilities, because anytime the athletes need the facilities for preparation, it is there. You just contact the ministry and it will be made available to them. So what's the issue? But again, I come back to the government and the government and the government. I really don't understand it, Bruce. Right. But then when the government borrowing money now to facilitate all of these requests, all you have a problem. But borrowing too much. It's setting up the debt to GDP ratio. What are you going to do? This government, all the money they get in, and where the money going at? Really? Really? The money going to make sure that all of you who get your grants and so on every month, that it continues, that it will be uninterrupted. So you had to go and grumble and run to the newspaper and TV and everybody to complain. And I see, Bruce, TV6 News, shame on all you. Shame on all you. You saw that story that Urvashi Tiwari did?
No.
Where she so disgusting, where she was talking about when Nicholas Paul and the other cyclists, because they were our last medal hopes, and when they didn't make it.
Stick up in, Dominic. We go into the break. I don't want you to
all right, I had the video.
I
had the video. I'm going to send it today.
Yeah. Guys,
yeah.
So we're getting ready to go for a break, and we will be right back. Keep it locked.
She swing down there, girl on me. Now let this go, Yo, come jump up on me, girl, bring that body. Spread your sweet on the tongue, cause all you do are me balling. What a feeling, baby, I come to wine. Feel some of that day, have a good. It's all I want you. Come give me all I say best believe. When I find it, girl, I'm not moving. How you grooving? Stay with me, boy. Girl, I hope it not a notch. Tell me right now, what she do? I wish she jump down there, then I jump down. I wish she swing down there. Now let this go. The way she jump down there, when she swing down there. Now let this go. When she wind on, girl, you rock and the line right. Now give it up good shit. I wish she swing down there. Girl, me up and she. Now let this go. I now let you go too, you know. Come on.
Tune into the street 91.9 FM
every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Showinal Thomas.
The scripture says, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in.
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Showin R. Thomas on the Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Sign up and save with Green Dot. When you subscribe to any of our broadband packages, you get 30% off the installation fee, allowing you to stream your favorite shows on any of your devices. Update your social media accounts and connect with friends and family. Stay on top of the class with online learning sessions, or keep your team in the loop with virtual meetings, all at an affordable price. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 224-GDOT today to sign up and save with Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Stay connected at home and to your home with Digicel Plus Smart Combo. We've combined our entertainment and smart services to give you simply more. More speed, more entertainment, more smart solutions, more savings. Get online faster with speed starting at 100 megabits per second. Enjoy better Wi-Fi coverage at home with smart Wi-Fi. Keep entertained with all the must-have TV channels. Feel safer at home with Smart Home. Get simply more with a Digicel Plus Smart Combo. Sign up for the Smart Glass Combo with 100 megabits per second, 27 channels, smart Wi-Fi, and smart home for only $499. Call 866-PLUS or visit DigicelTT.com. Digicel Plus. Better together.
But when you think of mortgage, it's like a daunting feeling. I remember dealing with the rep, and it wasn't a judgmental process. She said, you can consolidate this, you can start to clear this off. It was really a comfortable feeling. It was a humane experience. So that gave me the confidence to say, yes, I can do this.
At TTMF, we're not just a mortgage company. We are your mortgage partner. TTMF, from here to home.
At Health and Wealth Lifestyle, we offer a wide range of services: blood analysis, iridology, acupuncture, foot detox, foot massages, gua sha, hot stone therapy, fire therapy, legs and feet massage therapy, mineral scrubs, acrotherapy, cupping.
We also have a wide variety of supplements: silver, zinc and magnesium, body light, and lots more.
We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle operate our business in a clean, safe, and comfortable environment. We frequently sanitize our compound and abide by all the COVID guidelines that are currently in place.
So come on down to Health and Wealth Lifestyle, where we treat you like family. Book your appointment today. Call us at 1-868-275-8359
or 1-868-288-1108.
And remember, your health is your wealth, and prevention is always better than medication.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship, Children's Hour, and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank. Len Capital Certificates is a passive income service company located at Princess Margaret Street in San Fernando and Fifth Street South Woodbrook. At Len Capital, investing is made simple. You invest with us. We make the investments and then you collect returns either monthly or yearly. We have 5 different options you can choose from, and each investment option comes with different benefits starting from TT $5,000. For more information, contact 399-0307. Len Capital Certificates. It's all about you.
No distance can divide us, our hope is what connects us. Though challenges we face, we're still full of resilience. If we believe together, things are gonna get better. We're closer than we've ever been, we will rise up much stronger. Just believe, just believe, just believe, just believe. Yes, we've been down before, and we will rise once more. Just believe, just believe, just believe. Hope will lead the way. Tomorrow's a brighter day, so just believe.
Believe in the future, believe in each other, and we will get there. Be mobile, just believe.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
So welcome back on the inside. If you're just joining us, you're locked on to the Street 919 FM. This is your Titans of Democracy with Dominic, Romaine, and Bruce Wayne. Yes, Dominic.
Yes, so you got that clip with the Vashi?
Yeah, what kind of boy? I don't even know what to say now. Boy, I don't know. I didn't know what to start to say.
Big media house like TV6, right? Well, it didn't escape Michelle Yahi because she sent out a tweet attached to that clip. Well, the verbatim of Vashi and stated Michelle Yahi's caption was, Trinidad and Tobago media is the cuss word worse.
Wow.
Yeah.
That of all the things.
Let's play that little clip there for a minute.
Yeah. Of all the things to say.
She just real out of time.
Ooh, nah, boy. Wait. Is that the same one? Which one? Like, wait, I didn't send it? Wait. The TV6 clip we talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I play the wrong clip, yes?
Come into that one just now.
Tokyo 2020 with the hope of a podium finish from TNT cyclists Nicholas Paul and Quincy Brown turning into a big fat zero in the end. Both riders reached the semis, but...
Wow.
A big fat zero. That's how you will address athlete. Vashi is a big fat zero for her reporting. I mean, and TV6 didn't even have the decency to apologize for that. I mean, really?
Of all the things to say, boy?
Yeah, especially since Nicholas Paul would have gone through that trauma of what he would have endured with the, I can't remember if it was the Russian cyclist or the guy who rode in front of him and so on, and then he ended up being disqualified and Nicholas Paul and so on. I mean, come on now, man. Well, she probably can't even ride a bike one mile. She out of breath. We're talking about a big fat zero. Disrespectful. No wonder she got suspended. Any much more.
Of all the things to say.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shameless. So on another note, let's see if I get this. Right, so that's the second clip I sent you, right?
Yeah. How was the second clip?
So I see where the former MP for Couva North Ramona Ramdial, on the 10th, decided to extend her happy anniversary greetings to her party at 1 year after the general election, right? August the 10th, so people they were assessing the PNM and so. Here's what Ramona had to say. My UNC family, happy anniversary on losing the general election 2020. Today makes it 1 year since our party lost the general election 2020 and 6 years in opposition under political leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar. How do you feel as a UNC member? Are you happy with the way the party is being led by the political leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar and the Natex? Do you think the party has been able to hold the government to account to the people over the past year in Parliament? After 1 year, the current leadership has failed to unite the UNC, failed to report on the party's activities through a national congress, women's congress and youth congress, failed to call the constituency executive elections, failed to change the failed Senate bench, failed to change the failed PRO. And while they distract you with a party paper, the checklist, the only new thing that they have done in a year, our party continues to lose members and ground. Your voices against a failed leadership are growing stronger every day, and I urge you to continue to spread the word for new leadership in the UNC. United we stand, divided we fall. Stay blessed. Well written, Ramona. Well written. Yes. Happy 1 year anniversary of losing the general election. And yet still some people continue to prop up the mother of the nation. I haven't heard Kingsley now. I don't know, maybe, I don't know what
I don't know whether
maybe taken out.
That come from now?
Yeah. I don't know if it is that that Kingsley is taking a little vacation. But that, folks, is just one example of the disenchantment that so many in the United National Congress party are feeling. Yeah. No consolations there, and I think Ramona summed it up pretty well. But if you think she's the only one who has stuff to say about the political leader. You have a clip there for my Bruce?
Yes, sir, I do.
You're playing from 13 and a half minutes.
All right, just now.
This is Garth Christopher. Garth Christopher, who was one of Kamla Persad-Bissessar's most ardent defenders. You could not say one thing about Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Any negative thing. Huh?
Where are we playing from?
From 13 and a half minutes. You can't say nothing bad or negative about Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Got Christopher ready to fight you. But we're talking, I will war you. Anybody who says anything about Kamla, I will war you. She's the mother of the nation, the best prime minister we ever had, and all kind of thing. Last year, good cuss out Barrington Skippy Thomas, December last year, after the internal election, when Skippy was saying time for Kamla to go and so on. Oh boy, he had a field day. It didn't have what you can say about Skippy. Now the two of them like ring on finger, best of friends, under this break free movement. Yeah? Yeah, but last year, he went after Vasant Bharat for bad talking Kamla. Jack Warner, I will war you. Anybody? Don't talk about Kamla. But as Jack used to tell us, yesterday was yesterday and today is today. God's singing a different tune now. Less than a year later, well, on the 1 year anniversary, so all of a sudden, the scales have been removed from his eyes. So, around this time last year, when people were saying, Kamla must go. She has lost all political currency, Kamla must go. He was saying, no, Kamla must stay. Kamla is the best thing in the politics of this country. But let's hear what Mr. Christopher has to say now. Yeah? Part of the Be Free movement. I know these kind of things Central would like to hear, but yeah.
As a newspapers or propaganda papers, when you cannot even follow through with a simple project, a simple and important and critical project like to repeal the amendments of the procurement legislation. Do you really want to repeal the amendments of the procurement legislation? Is that what you are telling our population? You are not behaving. You are saying you want to do it, but you are not behaving as if you really do. You are supporting the PNM in everything that you are condemning them in. You are condemning them for the kind of amendments that are brought with the procurement legislation. You put up a big front. Oh, let me repeal it. And you drop it like a hot potato. Why? Tell us why, UNC. You, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, tell us why the project that you had. Where is it? I don't know. Maybe you who are on the live, you UNC people who hate God Christopher so much because are no longer talk about Kamala Prasad Bisesa as this nice mother of the nation. She would have done some good things, yes, for the society, for our country, for our children, yes. You can't take away those things from her. But I know another side of her that you don't know. The same side that Gypsy talk about, the same side that Jack Warner talk about, and the same side that people like Vasan Barrett and them just talk about. I know that side. You call her.
Papa.
Try to understand. Get an understanding of certain things that are happening, and she does not respond. She leaves things to get chaotic. That's the leader you have, Kamala Prasad Bisesa. She leaves things to get chaotic. Listen, I am not ready to deal with Kamala Prasad Bisesa and all those helicopters and all those things, those executive helicopters. I just ain't ready to deal with those things as yet. At the right time, you UNC people who come on this Breakthrough Life to Mako to go back and talk, not a problem. You are welcome. But I want you all to report to them. Report to Kamala Prasad Bisesa and Dave Tanku and Rudal Munilal and Jolene John and all of them that I got Christopher. I ain't start to deal with them yet at the right time. Not tonight. I'm going to deal with them at the right time. Ladies and gentlemen, you should have never heard Buju tell Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the UNC and Jolene John and all of them, Dave Tanku and them, they should have never heard Buju. I opened the lines just now. I'll tell you when to call, 321-0455. But ladies and gentlemen, Keith Rowley is creating in this country a vaccine chaos.
Again, had nobody defending Kamala like he. Dr. God underwear and all was rising sun. Look at that. You see, it's amazing, you know. When we in the PNM campus saying them same thing. Oh, it's PNM sycophants. They don't like the lady. It's because she's an Indian lady, they don't like she. And this and that, the other and the next. Kid Rowley, this and that. Huh? The man just said that. We don't know about the side of her that Jack Warner talk about, that Vasan talk about. What side is that, boy?
So that side exists then?
Yeah.
It exists.
But when we say it, we drinking Balize juice. And? Central? Mr. Long Circular?
I'll buy a red straw to drink my Balize juice. Yeah. Got a nice red straw.
Yeah. So,
oh gosh.
It's God, it's Ramona, it's Larry Lala. All of them telling them, but no, I guess all of them is PNM now. Yeah. You see? All the time you're keeping it quiet, hush hush. Attacking people who telling the country the very same thing that you say now. We mad. We just don't like the woman. Something wrong. Now you're coming out to say, well, yeah, yes, you see everything that all them so-called PNM sycophants were saying about her is really true. But we just didn't want to talk about it. But I'll help in your party. She's the mother of the nation. And you know like Kingsley partner, right? Like Kingsley ride or die. Right. Keep her right there. Right there, UNC. We supporting her there. She's the best thing for the UNC right now. Don't move her up one notch. Leave her right there. Yes. Be grateful for that.
The second one. Coming back. Yeah.
See. Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago. So you all heard it there from God Christopher. Right? He is telling you the character, the nature. Well, I don't want to say the beast. Let me not go there. The nature of the individual that is Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Not that you all didn't know it before, but that was really for the benefit of the UNC listeners. And we know there are many. They love to listen. Right? But don't take it from our mouths because we biased. We don't like the woman. It's just something that we have with her. Because she was the best prime minister ever that this country had. So take it from someone who has been as one of our staunchest supporters, who has defended her at every turn, notwithstanding the fact that now he's coming to tell you he has seen a side of her that others have spoken about, others from the UNC camp have spoken about, that we on the other side of the water have also spoken about. But when, as I said before, when we see it, something wrong with us. But that is the prime minister in waiting. That's the alternative prime minister that the UNC offers you. You hear what he says? She leaves things to get chaotic. He said it, and we saw it from 2010 to 2015. She left things to get chaotic. That is why she holds the record for the most number of ministers fired by a prime minister in this country, and that will always be her record. Certainly, this prime minister is not going to break that record because he has a disciplined cabinet, right? Disciplined cabinet who understands their role and why they are there. You didn't come in there to fill your pockets. You didn't come in there to cause couture and bacchanal. And in the last two, we would have seen where there would have been a minister who would have caused a bit of ruckus. He's no longer there. He was given a golden opportunity to make a contribution. And it didn't work out very well. But again, and it speaks to the issue of the ability to be able to recognize character. Right? Now, let us not forget, all right, let me not go down that route. Just needless to say that that individual was not Dr. Rowley's first choice. All right, Dr. Rowley did have his objections, and the constituency executive was advised to go back and find somebody else, and they came back with their nominee of choice. So you can't put that on Dr. Rowley. Okay, just making that point. Now, as I am on that point, Trinidad and Tobago, and the issue of character, as we speak to the issue of the political leaders. So we just heard from Garth Christopher about Kamla Prasad Bisesa. I read for you Ramona Ramdial. We've heard a lot over the last few days about the performance of Keith Rowley as Prime Minister, as the party would have recognized, I don't want to say celebrate, because this is not the UNC People's Partnership where they would have had a big celebration. Had they won the election, I imagine there would have been some sort of celebration. It would have been a little scaled down, probably because of COVID, or they might have delayed it a bit until things were a little more settled, so that they could have had their celebration. It was an every year thing. But this government is not about that, because the PNM is not a never see come see government, never see come see party. It is an institution. And as I speak to the issue of institution, let me go to the other potential political leader here. Right? I spoke about him the other day. I know some people didn't hear because we were having some issues on the social media platform. But I'm coming back to the issue of Tobago. And we have a pending Tobago election, right? We know what the options are. It's PNM versus the PDP. And we talk about the leadership. And what does the PDP offer? You have Watson Duke, who's the political leader of the PDP, convicted criminal, a man who is still before the courts on serious charges, but a man who has shown that he is for himself, right? And you're hearing people want change, and I keep seeing people commenting about ODP and I'm going to get a song curtail in the THA election and whatnot, and people fed up with the PNM and so on. And what is the alternative? Okay, we talk about the PNM being a party of discipline. It is an institution and it has structure. I want to ask the question, what structure does the PDP have as a political party? What structure? We know the structures that exist in the PNM. It exists to some degree in the UNC, but a lot of it is just farcical, because they're trying to present a face to rival the PNM, but you really can't do that. And that would speak to the reason why so many other political parties have ended up in the political cemetery, because they didn't have that. They really didn't have that structure. But I look at the structure that the PDP offers you, right? Who's the chairman of the PDP? Who's the vice chairman? Who's the general secretary? Who is the treasurer? Who is the education and research officer? All of these positions that are critical in the management and operation of a political party, all absent from the PDP. They don't have any of those things, none. The executive of the PDP is political leader Watson Duke, deputy political leader Fali Augustine, and Faith B. Israel. And then you have the three other assemblymen. That's it. That's the hierarchy of the PDP. After 4+ years, Watson Duke has not seen it fit to put any structure to that party to formalize it, to say this is something, we're building something here. Which tells me that the PDP was nothing more than a pickup side that just got lucky. That they had a smart man who's a smooth talker and was able to bring up that deep-seated, to some extent, xenophobia in some Tobagonian people, right? And he capitalized on that. But clearly, to me, he has no desire whatsoever to implement any of that structure. You know why? Because so there is no national executive, or there is no central executive. When the PNM has a central ex meeting, right? It's the only party that I know when they have the central executive meeting, the media would be invited to come, and they would explain to the media some of the things that would have been discussed as it pertains to the national community, right? I've not seen it. I don't even think the UNC has their national executive meeting, so if it's done on a regular basis. And again, it speaks to the issue of structure and discipline. Now, for the PDP to have a national executive or a central executive, that body is the only body that should be able to keep the political leader in check. Because Dr. Oli has to account to the central executive of the PNM. He's not bigger than the central executive. He's not bigger than the party. And there's a reason why you have that structure, right? Does the PDP have a constitution as a party, as a political party? And we understand the importance of having a constitution, because it governs the party and the conduct of the party. You don't have that, right? All of those positions that I just mentioned, chairman, vice chairman, treasurer, general secretary, all of these things reside in one man, Watson Duke. Why is that? Because Mr. Duke has demonstrated, and when you look at how he runs the PSC, he has no respect for authority. He has no respect, as Jenny always tells us, for the General Council. He has no respect for the constitution of the PSA. He has no respect for the delegation of, what do they call that thing? The Council of Delegates, whatever it is. He has no respect for any of these things, because these are the institutions and the entities that could rein in his madmanism, right? His one-man show. And so he finds ways to circumvent. So why introduce something like that into his party that could keep him in check? So that if it is they were to win the next THA election, right? And if it is he and the other folks decide to engage in any untoward activity, who is going to rein them in? The purpose of the central executive, really and truly, is so that when your members of parliament and so on getting out of line, or your political leader, you could call them in and say, hey, your actions are inimical to the well-being of the party and by extension the country, you need to cool it down or deal with that. Or discipline who needs to be disciplined, as stated in the Constitution. But the PDP, in the absence of a constitution, and there are no rules governing discipline, if you decide to step out of line, should they win and he becomes, he says he doesn't want the role of chief secretary. Deputy Chief Secretary, but I maintain he will be sitting in the Deputy Chief Secretary's office, but really he will be operating as. Farley is just a figurehead. That's another one of Watson Duke's puppets. But what is even worse is the fact that after some 4 years, none of these folks have seen it fit to go to Mr. Duke and say, as far as I'm aware, we need to put structure to this thing. We need to have a central executive. We need to have a constitution. Nothing. They are quite content with the status quo. You know why? Because it benefits them.
They
owe their political careers to Watson Duke. They operate at his behest. He put them there. So therefore, if he handpicks everybody, right, and he is master of all these surveys, so don't step out of line because I put you in and I could take you out. So if they win the next election, the THA election, right, Watson, Farley, Faith B. Israel, Terence Baines, Zarisha Hackett, and the other guy's name escapes me. Whoever. So let's say they get more than that. When they have screening, who doing the screening? Mm-hmm. They have a central executive? No, they don't. So everybody's handpicked by Watson, right? So when a man, if he decides to create a fast and he say, well, here we're Farley, Faith, Terence, we put him together a mock screening committee. But I don't know who I want already. And a man come in and he said, oh, no, you talking integrity. Nah, he look like if we run a racket, he will rat me out. Forget me. Nah, I see that integrity talking, they forget you. We hear that. Next. All right? Yeah. So if you feel beholden to this man, and it's because of him, you owe your political career to him, and you all win, and you're given a secretary position, and some bubble will take place involving him. I'm just saying, creating a scenario. What are you going to do? You want to sell him out? Pay to bust your throat? Really? And he could just remove you just like that? Puppets, Farley, Faith, contaminated by association. And that is the change that Tobago says that they want. Really? Does the PDP have any party groups?
That's where Pinocchio strings went.
That's it. How do you maintain the continuity of that party? Without what you all fall down. And so we see it in the PSA, right? He has no respect, as I said, for authority or any of the institutions or the entities that is there to rein him in. He has no such accountability in his party, so it's a one-man show. All of the main positions reside with him. Does the PDP have a bank account? Who are the signatories on this bank account? Assuming that they have one. Watson and who else? Watson and Farley?
Yeah,
Watson and Faith? We know it had to be Watson and somebody, or Watson alone. Well, it can't be Watson alone. Because if you're opening an account for a political party or any business entity, you're required to have at least 2 signatories, and those signatories must be officers of the organization, right? But they don't have a constitution. You need these things. When you go to open a bank account, you have to present that. You must present your constitution. They want to see the organizational structure of the party and so on. All of these things, which tells me, in the absence of that, because you can't go to the bank and say organizational structure is Watson Duke, Faith B. Israel, and Farley Augustine. A political leader and 2 deputies. That can't work. That's not flying, because then that is, in terms of structure, that is not what the bank looking for. That's easy to manipulate. You understand? So it tells me they don't have a bank account.
But Dominic, what about if I have a bank account from something else that I in charge in? Can I use that?
You could, well, right. But how I say it. So when I made the point a couple days ago, that when they had to pay Magdalena Grand for the big fete that they had that they call a lunch, right? They couldn't walk in Magdalena Grand with a duffel bag with $500,000 and say, hey, it don't work so, because the bank knows the Magdalena will come in with that kind of money. If you call the Magdalena Grand to make a reservation, they ask you for a credit card. And there's good reason for that. They take a credit card so that in the event after you come and you stay and you enjoy yourself and you leave, if it is that you damage the people's property, or, in I know some hotels where they have the bar in the room. So if you avail yourself of the liquors and anything else, they will charge it after you leave, because they don't come while you're there to say, well, how much liquor you drink?
Yeah.
Let me see. After you leave and they go, they would have their inventory of what is in the room. They go and they check and they see, well, okay, Mr. Man had some Johnny Walker Green, some Johnny Walker Blue, whatever it is, he had a nice time, and they charge it to your credit card. All right? So it's mostly credit card they deal with. So they would have had a hard time explaining where they get 500,000. And that would have put Mr. So they had to have paid by check. But if Faith and Farley know that the PDP don't have a bank account, And all they tell us, one cocoa does full basket. That the membership, that 500,000 came from the membership. So how will they collect that money? Are they collecting cash and check? Who the check was made out to? For you have a bank account. Because you don't have the structure to open an account. And you have no desire so to do. So I maintain the PDP is a pickup side that got lucky. Right? That's what they have. And if Duke has no respect for structure in the PSA, which he totally disregards, and the only reason why that structure is because it precedes him. I'm sure if he could have gotten rid of it, he would have, but he has found ways to circumvent and disregard it. So he couldn't care less about, as Jenny tells us, General Counsel, right? He finds ways to deal with that. Then we come to his own party. There's no structure there. All of these significant positions do not exist, but you're running a political party. There is no continuity because when Duke gone, how the party running? You'll have a membership list?
Hopes and dreams.
Anybody who vote for the PDP and you'll have a membership card. You'll have a sign an application form. All of these things that characterize an established political party. But they don't care about that, right? Nah, we only care about Duke. That's all we care about. So he has shown you he has no respect for authority. So if he disregards PSA's authority, he has no authority in his party except him, right? Everybody else owes him. How do you think he's going to behave in the THA? You think he's going to respect any of the entities or the institutions in the TSA, the THA, that could rein him in? He has demonstrated, and you see, when a man shows you who he is, believe him, But these are the red flags that men and women of letters, the likes of Vanus James and Winford's James and so on, should be talking about, asking about these things. Where is the structure in the party? So you want to fight down the PNM that has structure for years. Hence it is called an institution. You want to find down that party. But the man who has no structure, no authority whatsoever, he has no authoritative body in his party to rein him in. So he could do whatever it is he wants. They ain't talking about that. They're not highlighting these things to the people of Tobago. So forget that. Whitewash that and only focus on PNM and Rowley. And then if in the next election they come and they win and they take control of the THA and things start to happen, what are they going to say? Well, the red flags was there. Right. But then it's too late. But people will still choose to ignore that. Not take that into consideration. Okay? Talking about we want change. What change? That? What is that? That is not a political party. Even the UNC have some structure that better than that. How are you defending that? How? 4 years now. The man has made no effort whatsoever. You tell me he can't recruit people to at least put us figureheads in these positions. Tell them, well, all you have to do not. No. It's just to pretend. So we can make it look as if we have an established party and we have structure. Or we have none. But all of you all beholden to me. But I had to pretend. Not even that. Pastor Baines, you wouldn't come out and say, well, hey, what make me the chairman now? You're a figurehead. Zorisha, you could be vice chairman. Well, Watson had to be the treasurer. Because, all PDP money is his money. PSA money. But anyway. Yeah, so he had to control that.
But then, Dominic, if it is you have a political party, right? As you say.
Yes.
And I have a political party. My party is a little bit more established than yours. And I decide here what's going on now. I feel you could make some changes to that whole status quo. So you go over there. Don't worry.
Yes.
Should you win, we have everything set up and ready and waiting. You don't worry about nothing. So you now go on and you doing your thing now, blah, blah, blah. Where's the Constitution? Talk, more talk, dreams, hopes.
That's it.
Now we living on. Don't worry, man. When we win, everything we'll get everything up in place because I will come in now and I go say, what do you need? Right.
Yeah.
Right. We go put Roy, Joy, and Chloe.
Yes.
And we go fix that. Don't worry, again, everything.
Yeah.
Right? You maintain treasurer, you maintain leader, use fearless leader, right? Nice. Yeah. Don't worry, we go full in the blanks. You don't worry about that. Just win the thing now, man. We go full in the blanks. Right?
Yes.
They had to know me and you in nothing. Right? When it says you win, too late shall be the cry. We done inside. So we go do what we want then.
You need a little funding because we know you can't tap the PSA person. You get a little advance now, and when you win, contract. Remember, we have our people over here who could pave road that don't need pave, and we could,
thing go be nice. So you worried about?
Ready? Oi, now, what's need some money, but we could do flip. Don't worry yourself when you see you win. You inside. That school to build, road to pave. But say to be go good road, you go dig it up, man. In the night when curfew, you go dig a pothole, and for that we go in and pave 10 kilometers. Where you say to that? All right, no problem. How much you need? All right, no problem.
Simple.
Right. Just like the Beacham wastewater. You had a company, Atlatech, with 58 years experience in building a wastewater treatment plant. 58 years of international experience, right? Two better. Last two, Atlatech, SIS. SIS have no experience whatsoever. None. In wastewater treatment plant. But you bypass the company that 58 years of international experience and you give it to the company with no experience. Right? So now, you're causing the party that have structure, the party that recognizes authority and has systems in place to ensure that that authority works to rein in a runaway horse. No, we ain't want that. You want the party that have no structure. That the executive is 3 people. And 2 of that 3 could change just so if they get 1 vex.
Yep.
That is the change we want. Yeah, we like that. That is what we want running Tobago. A man who has no respect for authority. He could do whatever it is he wants. When he come in, well, sir, this is how the division operates. That is how the division used to operate. I hear now.
Yep.
I decide how it operates, okay? I call in the shots. See, where say? You sure you want to work?
I will be making
you want to keep your work?
Here. I'll be making some changes here.
Yeah, this guy work. No.
Nope.
No. No. Forget that. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah. For the next 4 years, I am El Capo de Tutti Capi.
Yes.
But I say good. I am the law in this town. Sheriff Reach.
Yeah, original.
Nobody to rein him in. So there's no central executive meeting, no NATEX, no nothing.
Fearlessly.
Really? How they run in? And no questions been asked? Dr. Faith B. Israel? Farley? All the talk you're talking. Yeah, man of many words. Lacking substance. You can't call the man to book. What he says goes. Okay? That's what the people want. And UNC, I'm hearing that in point 14, the former candidate owing people money. A whole year now, people who worked on the campaign with him. People, they were warned, they look for that, Bruce. They were warned because it's not the first time. The UNC have a track record of doing that. Recruiting people to work with the candidates for election, and then after, when they lose, they don't pay. I just say.
But Dominic, it's funny you should say that. I know of a personal. Only because the person refused to let me come here and say what I had to say, because it going down a legal road now, boy.
Right.
But they're still waiting on certain payments. And
I understand that is widespread through several constituencies, eh?
Yeah, they're still waiting, and they did some extensive work as well. So I advise them from the onstart, don't try to fight because you're a little guy. They could carry you down the road, pull that string, keep pulling that string, and you never see the light of day. So better take a legal aspect on it and, go through that door, as they say. So it is in the other hands now. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah. People need to know elections are not cheap. You see, when it is that you want to run with the UNC and you're doing things on credit and they're promising you, don't worry, have the financiers support is contingent upon the outcome of the election. You understand? You tell you, when all you went, don't worry, we gonna handle all you. You lost. There's no way for the financiers to get back the money. If they chip it. No. So, several constituencies, particularly constituencies that the PNM won. Just saying. Come now, man, all you and see. Well, let's still win the PNM tons of money from that foolish escapade back in 2015, 2016 when they challenged the elections, the election results, election petition. All you have, when the PNM costs, all the mouth all you have, come now, man, ask what's now to do it, to get the money from the membership. Ask him. Yeah. Well, organize a GoFundMe now. Central, Long Circular, Tabaki, Kunji, all we talking for the UNC. Organize a GoFundMe and let the membership put in the money to pay. No, but they want to frustrate the PNM. We can't even say we're going to take all their headquarters because all they're renting. You all don't have a place to call all you, knocking from pillow to post. That's all. Call Penny and tell her all they need a house, HDC. They're looking for a home. PNM have one though. Long standing. Oh yeah. Aye. Where the PDP headquarters is? You can help me, Bruce? They have that?
Wherever I lay my hat, that's my home.
That's right.
That's where it is. That is where
we voted for that.
Yeah.
They don't even have our office, but we voted for that. All right. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah?
I don't know, boy. I don't know. So if you want to speak to one of the members, we're going to talk to them home by them? Or them coming home by you?
Yeah.
No, people, we gotta get serious, you know. This is what you want? Is this what you really want? Should you have a complaint? Where do you lodge this complaint? Who do you go to? Who do you speak to? You know, people really do. Some of us don't look down that road, you know. We just seen right in front of you, and there's it. You're raising up here to say, oh, that's what's going on now. Well, I don't want no part of that.
Yeah.
Somebody come and tell you something nice now. Hey, boy, here we're going on. I have two sweetie, man. Here, it's good to go. You can't go wrong with this sweetie. You open the paper, you watch the sweetie, you say, hey, boy, it looking good. When you put it in your mouth, so it's sour.
Bitter. What is it? What sweet and goat mouth?
Yeah, sour any. Yeah.
Yeah. And I keep making the point, Bruce. Is it not a Tobagonian saying, don't take flambeau to see in the night what you could see? Huh? Okay. Apparently, some Tobagonians like flambeau. Like probably like the smell of the kerosene or something. I don't know. Maybe. How to be? All of these red flags. And again, men and women of letters, ignoring these red flags, focusing on PNM. And meanwhile, the party without structure stand up in the corner under a lamppost and watching and smiling. You go, boy, Vanos. Yeah, Winsford. Jam them. Bruce also saw the claim that 6,000 businesses will not reopen on Monday. 6,000, not 600, not 60, 6,000. And that is coming from who? Now, I find that very hard to believe. 6,000,
Yeah,
the ministry, even the Ministry of Trade and Industry is questioning that figure. But you see, sometimes they want to beat up on you when you focus on who's the messenger. And the man who's saying that is none other than Jaishima Lilada Singh. That name sound familiar to you? That was the man between sometime in 2014, 2015, who's on record as having quoted, well, in our message. All you have to do is to get the Afro-Chinese, let me focus on the Afro-Chinese to get them to protest something now. Yeah? Get them to support the, yeah, right. That same Jai Shima Lilada Singh, who Mr. Pandey had to say, pat down, hey, ease up on the race thing, stop it, Jai. But now he's using the whole first name, I go, my Jai Lilada Singh, as if we stop it. Jai Shima, yeah, the head of the Confederation of Chambers of Commerce. He's the one saying that. Oh, they did a survey and they did this and they did that and the other. 6,000 businesses not going to reopen on Monday. Really? Where those 6,000 businesses located? I agree that there would be some businesses that will not reopen. Some have taken the decision that they will not. Perhaps, and some of these businesses would have been contemplating that even prior to the shutdown. And therefore, they probably see sense in it. I mean, but you cannot attribute that only to the pandemic, because this bar in this popular bar in Barataria, Naris, where it's up for sale, and the owner has said it's not because of the pandemic, but he's selling it because the bar over the years has affected his family life. In a way, he's been so invested and his time has been so invested in the bar that it is impacting on the quality time that he spends with his family. And he has taken a decision, it's time for me to focus on them, that the number of deaths with COVID and so on has brought the fragility of life front and center for him. And that's where he wants to put his focus. But he's still selling it as a going concern, as a bar, so it's there if anybody wants to purchase it and so on, and run it. Fine, and it was popular. So, and yes, there are businesses that will not reopen on Monday, unfortunately, retail, collateral. I don't want to say collateral, that unfortunately they would be, victims of the COVID. But this is again a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
All right, it's not just in Trinidad. Okay, but I highly doubt that 6,000 is the amount.
Well, that's what I was saying. 6,000 is.
Yeah. He's the only person saying that. Eh? No other business chamber anybody saying that except him.
Yeah, but
we know where his political allegiance lies.
Continue to come and put these things out there without any sort of proof, he and himself have a list to say, well, hey, this is the list of how many businesses will not be reopening their doors.
Provide me with that. Provide me with that. And I could believe you. But when you come in to hit me, we did a survey. So you call 6,000 business owners, and just so happened that the 6,000 you call is the 6,000, so they're going to close. When you made that 6,000 calls and trend analysis,
Dominic,
really?
He would have to call 100% of the businesses in the country to get this 6,000.
There you go.
You can't,
there you go.
According to you can't call 6,000 and then say 6,000. So, okay, if it's 6,000, suppose it have 1,000 more. Anyhow you want to put it, you're going to be off. You need to call everybody. And then when you call, what you going to ask me when you call me concerning my business? We're really going to ask me.
Bruce, you're opening back, man, there.
You're going to ask me something for me to curse and say the wrong things. We're really going to ask me. We're really going to ask me when you call me.
Right.
Oh, I did a survey. So you went around, or you just pull out everything. You just start a call. Let's start a call businesses. You guys, you're still in business. You're opening. Okay. Look, one year, one. All right. Okay. I'm fed up of people in position. I'm gonna put it that way. Certain people in position coming to the public and watching the public as, okay, here we're going on, a bunch of idiots, a bunch of fools. Let me just put this out there and expect everybody to run with it.
And the media who is not saying, but this is not making sense, but I'm going to make it a front page story anyway to cause undue panic and concern, and again, to create talking points for people to cuss out the government. So any little good news that comes, so we hear, well, okay, 900,000 doses of Pfizer due to come. Let's see how we can pour cold water on that. So I wait to see what they're going to come out with today. We don't have media in this country. We don't have journalists. What you have is bacchanalists posing as journalists. It's very, very unfortunate. Investigative journalism. Question, interrogate that figure. How you came by that? You have a list of names? Give me something of substance now. So I just supposed to run with your word because you say you give me a technical thing and tell me you did a survey and you trend analysis and all kind of nonsense and
you see, and these are the individuals that continue to pull the nation down. Before you come out and say, well, it's a good thing, is forward movements that this sector is going to be reopened on Monday, and we look forward to having businesses open for the public. following all these safety protocols and doing what needs to be done so that we could get out of this funky mood. That's what we're supposed to be doing. 6,000 businesses would not be open on Monday. How you know that? How you know that? Which in this country, they say we want and get rid of it, and I didn't realize that a long time ago, The most what happens is you will rustle a few feathers, and that is about it, Dominic. There are no consequences for your actions, I could come up here and say, hey, you know what happened, boy? I jump off the Twin Towers the other day, and I fly straight across the Hyatt, and I come down the elevator and walk normal. But true, boy, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Don't make sure. Well, if Bruce could do that, I could. Yeah, and watch it, Bruce, and say, but Bruce is an idiot. What stupidness you trying to tell me? But go from here with that whole talk now, boy.
Well, Bruce, you better than Vin Diesel, boy. Paul Walker never want that with you.
You understand? Fast and Furious 22, look, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And then have people, it have people that reading this nonsense and going to be like, serious? That is what going on? Oh good. Yeah. But I didn't know. Look.
But this PNM is the worst. You call, all right, so how much so far say? 600. All right. Nah, that ain't something to add a zero to that there for me. You call this business, this one, well, they say they have 5 branches, but they wouldn't be reopening one. Okay, so well, we putting them down as that not reopening, right? Yeah. 6,000 sounding better. People running with that. That's the talking point on all the UNC chat group and the UNC pro-UNC radio station. 6,000. You see how much people going and lost their work? You hear them. Well, we will say it's about 20 people working in each of these businesses. Multiply 6,000 by 20. How much more people lost their job? It didn't work 2020. It ain't going to work in 2020. It ain't working in 2021. But continue. Well, you know, there are gullible people out there who will listen to that kind of foolish talk, right? I'm waiting to hear the queen, the misleader of the opposition, jump on that to talk about that too. Boy.
I don't know now. Dominic, see we have a minute again before we go to the
yes,
break.
sir. When we come back at 8 o'clock, we open the lines and we allow the people to do their thing.
Right.
There's just so many things happening in the country right now that so much to talk about. Because there was another topic I wanted to touch on since Tuesday. Anyway. Boy.
What we go do?
I wanted to address that issue with the Prime Minister's emancipation message. But another day.
Boy. Father. Well, guys, we going to play a music video for you, and we'll be right back. So keep it locked. Don't move. Don't touch that dial. Don't interfere with that computer, that tablet, that cell phone. We will be right back. Keep it locked to the Street 919 FM on Facebook, also on YouTube at Iwer TV. Live broadcast on the Street 919 FM. Guys, we will be right back.
I want to address some issues. Big man, born in a poverty, but them thing I don't like. Every ghetto youth had to have the Benz park outside. A pretty girl passing my drink with 2 black eyes. You can't see life, nice, so nice, yeah. But they're talking. All your business out the road and they're walking. Watch out it inside your shoes for them parking. I can't put one bite on you, so we don't study them. Yo, because Jack give me health and strength. So what we do? Mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up that. How we go bad mind people. And them we back. So what we do? Mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up that. Hey, you see all bad mind people? Yo. Away from them, away from them, away from man, I. Born in a poverty, but them thing I don't like. True, I say ghetto, but ghetto inside of your mind. Pick up the hustlers, them way, don't need no 9 to 5. You can't see life nice, so, but they're talking. All your business out the road, and they're walking. But cap it inside your shoes for them barking. I want to see your hands up, so 1, 2, and put your hands on the air right now. Mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up. How we do bad man people, shine with vehicle, and then protect river. So what we do? Mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up. How we do? All negative vibe. Stay away from them, away from them, away from them, away from them. Stay away from them, away.
Are you experiencing loss of vision, or are your glasses broken? At Value Optical, we're open, and we're here to help. You can have your urgent eyeglasses in 3 days with packages starting at $695. When you visit us, be mindful of the 3 W's. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Please call us toll-free 800-2020 for expert advice on your vision needs or to book your appointment. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Simpson's Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpson's Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. Or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
From the moment you first crossed eyes,
It's a girl.
to their very first bowl of cereal, open wide. Going into parenthood means nourishing your little one to reach their fullest potential. With Nestum Nature's Selections infant cereals, give 30% more whole grain with 15 vitamins and minerals, including iron, all with no added sugar. Nature's Selection. Give your baby the best. Nestum, from 6 months onwards.
Hey, you keeping safe? I hope so. I don't really know what will happen when everything will back up, but the lime had to go on. But in the meantime, just come online with the live wire. I'm on the Street 919 FM every Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. Or you could check us out on the live on Facebook at the Street 919 FM or on YouTube at Street TV. Don't forget to share the live. That might just be as important as you keeping safe. So mask up, sanitize, tune in to the Street 919 FM, Lime on the Live Wire, Saturday afternoons, 5 to 8 p.m. Don't worry, I gonna be home in time for the curfew. Keep safe.
Get your vaccine. Well. Since I was pitching marbles, the place was good. I went and did some doubles, the place was good. I went by the beach and I watched the skies, it was a paradise. But when COVID touched down that day, and I see the cases start to raise, I
George, big boss of the business, and this is the message from the North Central Regional Health Authority.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes, Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I could buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Cloudnowell Highway in Tobago. You could call 60 Tools.
Alright, thanks boss. Nah man. Granny,
do you have $488 to lend me?
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship, Children's Hour, and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of August 11th, 2021 stands at new positive cases 315, total active cases 5,911, total recovered patients 33,827. Total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present, 40,889. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Live within your means. This is one that you've likely heard time and time again, and for good reason, because of how important it is and the significance it can have on your retirement plan. If you want to avoid taking on debt, going broke, and pushing back your chances of retiring at a reasonable age, then it is in your best interest to make sure that your overall spending is less than what you are earning to make sure you are not jeopardizing your financial future. It's always easier said than done, but it's also much easier to practice when you stick to your values and don't worry about how others are spending their money. That was your financial tip brought to you by the Street 91.9 FM.
Share the line. Share the line. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the line. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the line. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the line. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk. Well.
One more wine, one more drink. All of my friends and me girl them link. Everybody out here getting on stink is the effect of the year. It's causes fit after fit after fit after fit after fit. Me and my friend fit after fit after fit after fit after fit. When we reach its promise, fit after fit after fit after fit after fit. Grab them and jam them. Fit after fit after fit after fit after fit. When I touch down badang, all kind of bumper inside the set get lash. Waistline badang, bartender send 2 more cause I'm spending my cash. Hit me like badang, my head done bad cause I'm mixing the rum with babash. Waistline badang, is Caribbean white top Johnny Walker in the stash. Jump off, push it up to 2 minutes. Jump off, release me. Jump on, wave, let me hear you say rah, rah, rah. Jump off, push it up to 2 minutes. Jump on, release me. Jump on, wave, let me hear you say rah. Cause it's fit after fit after fit after fit after fit.
So welcome back on the inside. Just a bit of information for you. International cricket superstars Karen Pollard, Dwayne Bravo, Lindell Simmons and Riyad Emrit, even Raymond Ramnarine and Ravi B has all been using Omega XL for joint pain and getting great results. So what about you? Just pick up a bottle of Omega XL right now at all leading pharmacies or call Great Health Limited at 225-0410. So live long and stay strong with Omega XL. Value Optical wishes to advise the public that all 13 branches will now be open full-time to provide expert eye care services to you. All of our regular services are now available. For your safety, we continue to practice the established health and safety protocols, and we recommend that you make an appointment at this time for all testing services. Please call us at 225-4865 or toll-free 800-2020 for all inquiries on opening hours, eye testing availability, and how we can assist your eye care needs. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. For all your hardware, building materials, auto parts, small tool rentals, pets and pet supplies, gravel and sand now available. Don't forget PowerMaster, Optima Vata and Megastar batteries starting from $488. And it's all at Johnny Q, number 15 Arapita Avenue, Woodbrook, and our new Johnny Q Superstore in Tobago, Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway. Just call 63 Tools. What is convenience? Paying your Digicel bill with your debit card on My Digicel app. Now you can make your Digicel Plus and mobile bill payments on the My Digicel app with your Scotiabank, Republic Bank, RBC or First Citizens Bank Visa debit card. No need to use a credit card. We make it easy to use your debit card to pay your bill, top up or purchase a plan. Download the My Digicel app in your mobile app store today. So Dominic, I have someone on the line here. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning, Mother.
Dominic, morning. Sharon, everyone else, good morning. Concerning how many business places would be shut down, I didn't hear how many would be open. I wonder if the amount to be open is about 16,000, that he couldn't bring that part of the news. And Dominic, I'll just give you a little pick-on. Flambeau is a real name, but we used to say bully flay. Okay, that's how we used to call the bottle, the picture in the bottle to light a fire with you cork it with something and you light it to see. Yeah, you don't wait for night time to, but you know in the daytime you don't wait for night time to light bully flay to see it. Okay then, bye.
Bye. Dominic, we get it twang, eh?
Yes.
So guys, call us up 342-0081 466-5391. The lines are open. You can call us up, and as we say, give your 2 cents, because boy, it's amazing, it's unbelievable. I don't know. Hey, but where everybody. Hey, you know what's now? I need a man for the day. I need a man for the day. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Brucey.
Good morning, 1285, and how are you?
I say I'm quite fine, getting through at all. Good morning, Dominic.
Morning.
Oh, I know what to say about I made this.
You see, we're talking about this standard and accountability that's under the CNN for this and that. With the 34 million, like court, we're talking about the court athletes and then with the government to do this. Yeah, it's 54 million, that's all I ask him. You understand? Because like nobody can give accountability over that.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let me say good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Mr. Malcolm, Miss Gemma, Miss Auntie, Miss Thomas, Miss Everman who gets up. You always waiting, Auntie, get up. Right, and my educational officer, Mr. Chan.
Yes.
And Mother Tonapuna and the Vigilium here, Miss Monica Paul, Miss Diane Smith. And I say in all your wisdom places, I went and take my exam and you can't show up, you know. I went and do my exam. I have my next exam to do it. Right. So I'm going to certificate just like you.
Nice.
Yes. So anyhow, I'm going on.
Yes, we will. Take care. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce. Morning, Dominic.
Morning.
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 91.9. Mr. Chancellor, Guru Mother Tanapuna, and all the other listeners. It's important that the people of Tobago, I heard Ms. Marcos be calling, so I guess that she's listening. It's very important that people understand Watson Solomon Juke, especially those in Tobago. You see, he has been able to do what he wants in PSA. But that's just one simple organization that don't govern Trinidad and Tobago. That is just for public officers, it's a union. While Watson Juke would have gotten away with all the things he has been doing at PSA, you see, PSA Constitution was not framed for persons who don't have integrity, who don't have morals and ethics. It was framed with the thought that anybody who sits as the president would abide by the Constitution. Now we underestimated Watson Juke, not his intelligence, but the fact that based on his action, he has no morals and no ethics, and based on that, we do everything to undermine the integrity and the strength of our organization. He has been successful in doing that. So this is where I want to jump to the Tobago situation. Watson Solomon Juke is putting himself out as the great black hope for the THA. And all those who are with him standing and resolved with him. I will tell you all what you're going to get in Tobago. It must matter to somebody. What I'm saying here must matter to somebody. You're going to get a man who's a convicted criminal. He has been convicted of falsely putting a fire alarm, which could have caused so much mayhem and hurt to people's life, because you're pulling that and there's no fire. You could have people panicking. Thank God all those things didn't happen. You have a man who in 2016 was arrested, charged and arrested on one count of rape, 4 counts of sexual assault. I keep saying it because this is a serious issue. He spent 4 days in remand. He's now out on $250,000 bail. He continues to appear before the High Court. Just recently, we saw the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, would have resigned amidst allegation of sexual assault. Whether he was forced, he was dragged, but he resigned. That is a developed society. We always talk about America, and they be in a developed society. He, the governor of New York, has millions of people. He resigned amidst allegation of sexual assault. Watson Juke is not amidst allegation. He was arrested and charged on 1 count of rape, 4 counts of sexual assault. He has to go to court and clear his name. Yet he sits as the president of NATUC and the president of PSA. Watson Juke in 2019 would have announced on television for everybody to hear that he is resigning from PSA. He's stepping down. What he did, he took over $500,000 as a pension settlement. We all know in the public service you have to attain a certain age to get your pension. That is in the Pension Act. Otherwise, it has to go before the controller accounts, and that is hold as a check until you reach the specific age or conditions to get it. But he took that money. when he was asked during the nomination of PSA election 2020, did you resign from PSA? Did you take any money? He said no. Fearless Warrior would have interviewed him. He came subsequent to that on television. I'm laying out a history. It's for a purpose. All bear with me. He came on television after the PSA election, when he would have won with 1,700 votes that he continued to boast about, out of a membership about 12,000. But he got 1,700 votes and he keep boasting about that. He came and said, all I want to know my business. I took the over $500,000 and I bought jerseys, container jerseys from China. I paid Magdalena food and eat and had a good time to launch my political party, the People's Democratic Party. That is what he did with the money. He said he was retiring and get as a pension. Yet he still sits as PSA president. Tobago, those are the things they're going to get. When he won the minority leader, he took about $50,000 of PSA members' money and put a full-page ad all in the papers to congratulate himself. Those are the things they're going to get. As far as I'm aware, he has all the bank account numbers and code, whatever it is, on his phone, so nothing can go unless it go through him. And yes, he's a signatory to checks too. Do you all want a man like that? Okay, we made the mistake in PSA, as everybody tell us, and we can't stand up to it. Okay, we hear and all that, but I just a simple organization. When I say simple, in terms that it's not a governing structure at Trinidad and Tobago.
Hello. Hey. Jenny. Nah, man. So guys, also try to keep it a little short and tight. Remember, everybody trying to call in. I don't want nobody to call and buff me. Please, caller, good morning.
Morning, Big Bruce.
Morning.
Yeah, morning. Let me try to keep it tight. Big Bruce, that woman really said, that journalist over, she really said a big fat zero. Yeah, you see, people don't understand the top banker of that society. And what I said, they are not patriotic. There are people looking like her. And that's why I put it down to I being real. When it's independence, when it's all them things, how much people, there's a handful of them here to see. So what they're not connected to Trinidad, not nationalistic, they're not patriotic. So it's about self. Right? So at the end of the day, them things so surprise me about that scenario. And going on to Watson, Duke in Tobago. If that is what Tobagonian people want, right? All these so-called educated people at Marassa Park and see, they're really not smart. And that is why we continue to attack it. Because if them could follow a man like that, no structure, no organization, no accountability, it is tell me what these people are letterhead is, where the integrity and the credibility and the honesty and the value systems is. So that's why, so I believe it right if it's one more Bruce, I'll call again. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man, cool. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Mr. Bruce
morning.
And Mr. Dominic. Yeah.
Morning, sir.
Mr. Bruce and Dominic, we're talking about this thing with UNC and sports. Government helping up. What you could tell me what UNC really ever do for sports in this country? Instead of in place of lifting up that basketball fella for about $10 million and sending him back. Because you see, I'll tell you something. There was a sporting ground in the central area. Under both the rivalry knew about it too. And this little Negro girl went to the community and asked them if she can use that little facility to have a training ground for footballers, young footballers, you know. They gave her the all right to do it. She started a little program, and you know, within a week time, one of the residents down there decided to get rid of that, and they went and they threw a truckload of gravel on the sporting ground and mash up the whole program that the young lady started with the young people down in that area. Now I'm saying something, and I sure Bo listening to me because Bo knew about it, because he admitted he knew about it. But they did nothing about it, and I hear them talking about sporting activities. The next thing I look at, Dominic, this paper's on the 11th of August. It have an article here written by one Mr. Moonan. I wanted to get the article and you must read it. Checkmate. Really for UNC, not for checklist. So you must read that and see what he said about the same party I think he was a member of. You understand what I mean? Now, one other thing we're talking about, these sporting activities, the athletes and the funding that they get. I want to know if some of the athletes can do a little side work when they're outside in them countries. Instead of waiting for government to fully support them from rice grain to pilau. You understand what I'm saying? Because I was involved in sports at all levels. But we don't talk them things. We fellas don't know it. I travel outside and I got 2 degrees in black belt. One in Kempo and one in Aikido, in martial arts. And I taught in a YMCA in Montreal before I came home here. After my sensei left and he was at 3rd degree. And I registered dojo in Ottawa, in Halls, Ottawa. But I did it because I wanted to achieve something, but I did it. And when my name was called Casey from Trinidad and Tobago. I felt good to know that I was from Trinidad and could replace my sensei and teach that same class, a YMCA class, full of Canadians and outsiders within that group. So I want to know, and I had to go to work too, Dominic. I went to work during the day, and I did that in the afternoon. Sometimes 5 days a week we training. So I want to know why some of them can't get off of this thing and do it for yourself. You're doing it for the country, and you don't have to wait on government to put every cent behind you. But help yourself too. God help those who help themselves. That's the way I look at it. Some people go vexed about it, but I talk in my mind. Have a nice morning, fellas, and lovely program. I'm listening to it.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Yeah.
Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, man.
Right, yeah. Dominic Bruce, Nation, listeners. What that gentleman said there is a point I'm trying to make. When you deal, all right, for instance, in the NBA, they just recognize you depending on your statistics, is you have to deal with that, your personal achievements. Then they say, what we have here? Come by. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a matter the NBA go and fund you to reach a certain level. And I have a problem with, the formatting and how we just deal with our athletes in Trinidad and Tobago. In terms of, you first have to have that drive of self-achievement, as maybe reference to Mr. Brother Keyshawn Walcott. The story after he broke the record is that they say you used to peel coconut branch on the beach. You understand? And that drive, that lack of facilities and that drive, and I could draw a parallel to the denominational schools. There was a caller that one time said that all these complaining that this future president has complained. She said the denominational schools don't have all the facilities, brother. They just suffer for things too, but it's the attitude towards developing the student that does bring out the spirit of development within the student, and boom, they just end up, producing a president Madden Mill. Due to and plenty of them people in denominational schools, there's the poor thing too, It's just a sacrifice. So what I'm trying to say is that our athletes should have that drive. Sometimes you just elevate them, and that does rob them sometimes of the humility that they need to drive forward. I'm not saying totally that the government, not supposed to support and blah, blah, blah. But what I'm saying, that personal drive for your self-achievement does turn into a national achievement. But you cannot be going to a sport to achieve for the nation. You're weakening yourself. Is you going to try and crack out all them records within yourself, and automatically you will get nation support. So, I agree with the gentleman before, and I just want to commend the government. Dominic, you did it this morning. You see this vaccine thing. Listen, it is a notable, observable, and supposed to be a highlightable achievement. Where so much so that you ranting and you raving at the politerati and the literati with the vaccines, and you don't care, and you drop the ball. So much so, you quoted the statistics in terms of where we are in the Caribbean, and the vaccine outdo people who come and say it now. So what was that rant and rave about? That's why they say they just create a bubble of discontentment, they just create a bubble of ungratefulness and ingratitude, and the media, you know, with their same formatting, just try to make it look like that's how the whole country is. But it's not like that, if you understand what I saw. I want to commend the government, really. They need to be praised for backing their dotishness outside the stadium for 6. How much we have coming in Pfizer, 300 and something. But it's my personal view that you see that, you know, like the best boy. Oh my God, that thing walking like whoa. Anyway, have a nice day, Dominic. All keep good.
Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, remember not too much of the vaccine chat, please. Caller, good morning.
Morning to you and Dominic. Mr. Chan.
Morning.
Teresa Conliffe, Mammy Sauce, Miss Cummins, Coco Clement, Colvin. Miserable fireman, I hear you yesterday. Yes, Dominic. Dominic, you know, I was reading something about this guy, and I was jogging my memory to see if it's really this guy, Lerida Singh. He has the nerve to be talking in Trinidad and Tobago after he drops such a nasty, racist remark under the UNC government of Dominic, to come now to say that he given verdict about how much stores will be open, 6,000 stores. Yes, there's a guy. These guys that them have nerve, you know, to come back to the public and want to give opinions. Who will believe them fellas in opinion after the show? What party they belongs to? He's saying 6,000 stores will be closed down. He's just trying to put the country on that kind of panic mode. But going Dominic, you see that? Also, you see what you was going on touch with that article? I'm waiting, you know, because Dr. Rowley did say something about slavery, this pandemic vaccine. You see, we get the vaccine from America, right? And Kamala them was talking so much about, schooling go open, and with the vaccine coming today, let them know that we on course, so the children to go back onto school. Hey, Dominic and Bruce, the opposition is very, very irrelevant in this country, you know. Them really wishing Trinidad and Tobago bad, you know, bro. So we have to keep our ears open, boy. All right? You all have a good day.
You too, man. Take care.
Yeah.
All right, nice. Morning.
Hi, Bruce, me again. I was a little lengthy because I think it's very important that people understand, especially those in Tobago. And the most I could do is just tell them as it is. They will still have the decision to make. So my contribution on Watson Solomon Juke will always be a little lengthy because I always need to let people know exactly what it is. So I'm just telling the persons in Tobago, when you go to the THA elections, don't think with emotion, think logical, practical, what is in the best interest of THA. Because if this man gets into our parliament, you all haven't seen the worst of him yet. That's my opinion. He does not abide by rules. He does not abide by no constitution. And the persons who always get around him, again based on my observation and opinion, is persons who enable him to behave the way that he behaves. So I see Farley as an enabler and all those who stand with him, because had they been standing based on our PSA experience and what is the right thing to do, they will not support Watson Solomon Drew. So I just wanted those who are listening to understand what it is you all have on all your hands. And if you all let that quote-unquote cat out of the bag and have it running wild all over, woe will be our portion. Thank you again for the contribution. You will have a blessed day.
You too. Take care. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Dominic. Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Dominic, I just want to touch on two small topics which may be a little controversial in some people's minds. Right? My take on the athletics, the sporting, the IOC, the Olympic Committee, is that nobody, right, have advocated for the athletes to train when the pandemic started. So we start off at a disadvantage to the rest of the world when Jamaica, Guyana, and all the rest of Caribbean countries' athletes were in isolated training camps all over Europe, all over the world, were training silently in their isolated areas, right? Where we were not given the permission by the Ministry of Health for our athletes to go and train because they have put off our national qualification tracks on many occasions, right, due to the pandemic, where they could have them isolated. So when the results came out, I wasn't surprised because if you hear the testimony of many of the athletes about their training program, or they were hampered so bad, even at Oboland, they criticize him right now because he is on point. He is on point, 1,000,000%. And I agree with what Atto said. And the Minister of Sports, they have to be held partly responsible for not giving the athletes at Trinidad who go into the Olympic that leverage with the Ministry. They should be liaising with the Ministry to have these people, core people, isolated to train privately. And they have so much of stadiums in Trinidad and Tobago, and they wasn't afforded the privilege to train because we had cricket here. We had the Caribbean cricket here in a bubble. So don't tell me about 40-something athletes could not train in Trinidad and Tobago. Come on, Dominic. Be real. My next point is Mr. Watson Duke, right? You saw this week here that Como resigned based on allegations of impropriety, right, of his office. And he was under pressure, so he was forced to resign, right? The findings still have to go to court, but based on the allegations on Watson Duke, which has matter in the court, right, pending, people still supporting him 100% and they're not pressuring him. I don't know how the PSA, if they bury their head in the sand and the whole of the country, the whole of Tobago, the whole of PDP, you understand? That's why you see, when Pandey and them was in power, Robinson say based on spiritual and moral values. And once people don't have that, you will never get good leadership and governance in any organization which people support. Thank you. That is just my small contribution, Dominic.
Thank you. So just to make a quick comment, Bruce, my comment was with respect to the claims by some people that the reason why the athletes didn't perform is because they didn't get funding from the Ministry of Sport. I never spoke to anything about the athletes not the ability to train. It was the funding issue I addressed. I agree with him that there would have been challenges with respect to the ability to train on account of the COVID regulations and so on. But by the same token, I could also throw in that where he would have referenced a number of other countries that would have been able to put things in place for their athletes to train. But the Jamaican men did not show up in this Olympics at all, and they would have had the opportunity to train and be prepared. And this was an Olympics where the Jamaican women performed. So then, what are we going to say was the reason why the Jamaican men didn't perform? Because they didn't perform in the 100, we didn't see them in the 200. These races that they would normally star in, getting at least 2 medals. They were, in this particular Olympics, the Jamaican men were invisible. In fact, they are now being chided and berated in Jamaica for the lack of performance. And you know how people like Asafa Powell, who has to come out and beg the Jamaican people, hey, don't be too hard on them, because remember, these guys have 8 to 4, 9 to 5 jobs that they have to do, and so on. So at the end of the day, when the athlete comes back, they still have to go back to their job. And so there are people who are defending the Jamaican men. But at the end of the day, training for an Olympic is not a 1 month or a 2 month thing. This is something that you do so that preparation for Paris 2024 doesn't begin in April of 2024. It starts all now. So you have to be conditioning yourself and so on. And what one of the hallmarks I think of a good athlete would be able to rise above these challenges. But I agree with what he says. That would have had an impact perhaps but I don't think all of the athletes are based here. They would have been based, some of them in jurisdictions where they would have had the opportunity to train, and still they didn't medal as we were hoping. But I suppose there is need for some detailed assessment of where would have the issues, what would have went wrong, and what could be done to fix the situation come 2024. But as I said, Brian Lewis, the head of the TTOC, has already indicated focus will be placed on persons who it is believed has the potential to medal, and not just because somebody wants to go to the Olympics and they probably qualify means that focus and resources will be placed on them. He probably gets some licks for that, but time will tell.
Yeah. All right, guys, so we continuing to take your calls. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Hi there, cool. How are you doing this morning?
I'm quiet. I want to ask one thing and make a suggestion. When you're applying for a job, right? Mm-hmm. You'll need to present a certificate of good character.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're in the political arena, and you have to fill out, I think it's the EBC form. I wonder if that form requires a certificate of good character. Because we have politicians who has been before the court and also charged, and penalty was passed on, and they are still in that arena. Right? Next question. What I want to suggest to you, because I've been trying to get this across for a long while. I want you to read Isaiah 14, verse 12 to verse 16. And we will put this whole blaming of Dr. Rowley and blaming this one and blaming this one for the pandemic. Please, if you all could just read those few verses for the nation to hear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Caller, good morning.
Hi, morning, Bruce. Morning, Dominic.
Morning.
I know you have a lot of people that are concerned that we didn't come through the medal, but I think we'll get the post-mortem and we'll just move on to the next Olympics, and I think we should be better off then. Dominic, don't take a lot of the thing as this serious. I think they're just fighting for the circle that they're in. The business circle, if they feel that whoever, at least you have a lot of race factors in a sense at the business sector. But what I want to tell Darcy and these guys, whatever they refuse, I'm in agreement with Dr. Rowley, not funding a lot of things for people, you know. They're one of the most selfish countries out, and that selfishness is brazen in the parliament, you know. Where a lot of things, people are not, it's not approved for people to pay property taxes and all these sort of things. But now you tell me a business down during a COVID and they want financing. And it might sound strong, but people need to pay into stuff, because I know there are a lot of people, when government monitoring the books and so on, they make it in a way where they don't have to pay anything. But the order now telling me 600 businesses will be closed, or 6,000. Look, wine to the side. You know, the gentleman said something there before about that when you apply for a job, you have to get a certificate of character. In the political circle, you just have a screening committee putting you there, and they will decide you going to represent me. And then Bruce and Dominic, there's a group of young people out there, and I always point to the young African people, because I feel there's where the displaced bunch comes in. Even in Tobago, because I respect Tobagonians and how they vote. But you see that 6-6? There's a group of displaced young African Tobagonians who would like a person like what's you. PNM with whatever. There's a difference between PNM government and PNM as a party. You all have to strive and captivate those youths, because Jenny, we could be brave and so on. You see those youths? Unless you don't have a mechanism to captivate those youths will like people like Watson Duke. There's a moral fabric that is disappearing in the politics, and the caller before said it. Mr. Robinson spoke of it, you know. Moral and spiritual values. Don't forget that the UNC will embrace, which is a Hindu-based religion, embrace the religion big time, you know. But we're not going to go down that road. We need to be organized to brace those youths out there that will vote for $300 and $500. They're in business, you know. And those are the people. What you can they captivate in? and getting thousands of votes, Somebody call me and tell me I'm wrong. And then it's buffered by the well-organized Negroes in the form of Winford James and them, All you don't get tired, Don't get tired. So while Jenny preaching and Dominic and Bruce sitting down that morning with Sharon and outlining to you all the debacle of selecting the wrong person in the THA and the parliament, or they take it for granted, where you're going and let them manage 4 billion and they're giving all the 300. African people start to think longevity and not one-off payment. Have a good day, Bruce and Dominic. A real concern about that group, It's a real ready-place group. Trust me. And let me tell you something before I go. It's not in Tobago alone, It's in the whole of Trinidad in certain constituencies. Pay them 300 and they give you their life. Have a good day, brother.
Come on. Caller, good morning.
Again, I'll be quick. The brother before this one, yeah, boy, Dominic, tell me that I know a good idea now to implement us, to bring up, to have a police record of good character to enter the political field. That is a very good idea. Now, we don't want to be on a governmental level, but being at the PNM is the only evolved institution in Trinidad and Tobago, if not the Caribbean. I think that is a very noteworthy point to elaborate on and to actually implement it in its policies in recruiting people. Well, everybody in the UNC might have to resign if that comes into power. But anyway, I think that's a good thing to implement in the political party. Thank you very much. That's a very, very, very good point that our brother bring up.
Thank you.
Oh, now, while it is a good recommendation, Bruce, at the end of the day, that would require legislative changes to the Representation of the People's Act. And therefore, given the fact that if you impose something, if you put that into the law, I can see the United National Congress having a problem with that, because a lot of their candidates and their nominees are persons of questionable character. And if it is that their support is required to pass such an amendment, I highly doubt the government is going to get it, because then the UNC would be hard pressed to get candidates, period, in the election, because nobody will qualify. Oh Lord.
Don't waste your deposit. Don't waste your deposit. You're making sense. Don't waste your deposit.
They would be able to contest our next election.
Ooh, somebody gonna be mad. Hey, Father. Caller, good morning.
Yes, man. Nice, glad you're not peace this morning, man. And Dominic, I want to deal with the ladder sing. That's the same ladder sing that was on the CDA board, Dominic, when lands were being given out in Shagwan.
Yes.
In Shagaram.
Yes, the same guy.
Rates.
Yes,
when the convention center was sold for small money, you see, these fellas have no credibility. And 6,000 businesses, Bruce. That can never be equal. Because I have a fellow working a high-end store. Branches that was floundering 2 years now got the opportunity to close down. And they maintain the branches that obviously were making money, Bruce. So even so, if we say you have 3 branches, music stores, Bruce, in a time where things is hard, you are rent to pay, you are overhead, you are salaries. So you look into say what going on in a pandemic. Those are the 2 stores that making no sense. Let me laser focus on the store that making sense. But it's not to say I'm going to walk through St. James all over when next week Monday and see all the retail stores, the 6,000 we talk about that closed down. These fellas are not truthful, they are not honest. Let them talk about the Shagaramas land that was given to the so-called, I don't want to call nobody no 1%, but that community, that Lebanese Syrian community, we still don't know I'm there, and the convention center that was sold. And people making a big issue about the people not meddling. In sport, you will win some, Bruce and Dominic, and you will lose some. Arthur Bolan was talking in his first Olympics in Spain, Barcelona. He didn't medal. Right? So at the end of the day, there are highs and lows. It was a pandemic. Olympics. And that's how the cookie crumbles. We win and we come again. One to the Jamaican men in the 100 and the 200. One to them with the best track program and running program. Why did they medal? So we have to understand that's how the thing goes. Sometimes we win and come again. But just tear down and pull along and all this and that. And they was given elite funding. They was. So thanks, fellas.
Yeah. Guys, well, we have a few minutes again, I think, before we head out, right off into the sunset, as they say. So, Angie, good morning.
Angie, morning.
Good morning.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, you're having a nice laugh. I am all laughing too. Yeah? Oh, Dominic, you there?
Yes, right here.
Okay, Dominic, morning.
Morning.
All right. Everything okay?
Yes.
Yeah. All right then. I just called to say morning to everybody.
Yes, darling.
Triton, or Democracy, Sharon, wherever you are, Mommy Sauce, Shak Lady, and Manu. Okay? What a blessed morning. All right, darling. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, well, keep going.
You too.
All right.
Let's see. Who is this? Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hey, Bruce and Dominic, sorry to call back again, right?
Morning, yeah, man.
Let me tell you, Rolly Jr. says something, and I experienced that on the ground in Tobago, right? What you look at them is see the vulnerable ones, the youth of them, is them they're going after. Because I run into Duke Bar partner bar in Strawberry, right? He approaching me. He don't know me from Adam and Eve, asking me why he wants a drink. I say, hey, listen now. I don't know you, boy. You understand? And if anything, I could buy you a drink. Don't try to put me no kind of fine, bro. And he's trying to be the two bodyguards. But this is what he's doing. You see, use the targeting, who like the hands out, and Rory Jr. is right. Concerning the sports, right, Bruce? I used to play a lot of sports, bro. It had days, right? You get up. You might be in the same frame of mind to perform. Or sometimes you go out there and you meet a team that is well prepared, better than you. You thought the team think already ready for this team, and not knowing that they prepare better than you all, right? So, Bruce, it's at times in sports, bro. You see the mental aspect, you see the pandemic, The Olympic was to be in 2020. You prepare for 2020, you focus on 2020. And then after, you just hear it cancel and you go to 2021. You have to put back that frame of mind and get your body trained again to go to 2021. So you don't condemn people in what happened in that Olympic, right? You give them that chance and let it go again, fellas. You understand? Because the mindset, you have to get that frame of mindset, because here there's now Bruce and Dominic. You're going to Tokyo. You're going and run, right? You lie down in a room. You're studying, boy, I wonder if I have COVID. I wonder if I go on the track. All these things is factors that play in your mind to perform. So you don't blame the athletes. You give them the encouragement that, yo, under this pandemic, or they take a chance and go and try to perform. Let's go for the next Olympic 2023. All right, fellas? Yeah, have a good day.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Yeah.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Dominic.
Morning.
You see, I'm hearing Jenny. I heard what the caller before the last one said, but listen to me now. Politics in Trinidad and Tobago and campaigning for political power has changed. And what is happening is that it changed in the sense that you have to love your party, love what they're doing and love what, but it has changed in the form that, as the gentleman said, there are so many people who would love a man like Duke because of what they could get short term. But as he say, you have to think long term, and always have to fall back on the saying, the love of money is the root of all evil. So unless moral and spiritual values are brought back into the picture, and our government try to put things in place where they could help the youth, the attachment area, and work hard with that point, as I keep saying, the love of money is the root of all evil. Because I know when we were growing up, you campaign because you love a party and you love what they stand for. But when you start to pay people to go out there and campaign and do things for you, is because that changed the face of politics entirely. So I see no coming back, We have to work real hard. And I would like to know, Dominic, you do a lot of research. How many countries pour that kind of money into the athletes? And I'll leave it there for now. I want you to tell me, get an idea, because I know I feel it has some countries all out in certain parts of Africa that pounding the hills and gullies and the safaris and them. They ain't training on no sophisticated ground, but they have a determination to win. And I'm wondering how many of them really just have that set determination, or they have a feeling that the government must do something for them before they achieve something. So you're gonna give me an idea about that sometime down the road.
Thank you. And Sina raised a good point there, Bruce, because I think one of the gold medal winners, one of the female weightlifters, she was making the point that she had to train with water bottles. She didn't have dumbbells and so on and things. So she had to take a pole and put tie water bottles there to do in her training. And so that's and there are countless stories like that of athletes who would have gone above and beyond despite the challenges.
Yeah.
Again, and they make it seem as if Trinidad, we have the elite athlete funding program here, and the minister spoke about what are the issues. You think that you don't have to apply for it because you're an elite athlete? No, because then that opens a door where somebody could come and you could just say, I need 300,000 and we give it to you. And then you know what, the UNC will jump and say, so what was the criteria they used to give this man 300,000? Just because he says so? So how we so sure the minister can get a kickback? All of these things. So there is procedure and system in place, but there are a lot of countries where the government does not support the athletes. It's corporate sector, and some people just have to do it on their own. But I will do as Sina requested. I'll do some research and see.
All right. Well, guys, that's all the time we have for today. The word for today is playful. We out of time. I can't even read it. So we see you guys, tomorrow, please God, with the lovely Miss Felix. And Dominic, you will be in on Sunday, correct?
Sunday morning, God's willing.
Nice. So, guys, we out. Dominic?
Yes, sir.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Let me catch my breath on you. Me playing mad in real life, I'm tired. Somebody say yeah. Georgia, I read energy, right? Only that the way for the sit up. Hold on. Hold in your stomach. A real belly, you know. And just sing. Sing from your heart, ding dong. Just sing. From the age of 10, had my first girlfriend. I didn't have no paper when she wanted ice cream from right from the bed. Later then, how much money you spend? It's too one way again. She marking every cent. You see, I just too much gal in time. You see, I make too much of a choice. You see, I never be again. I want it first. All them got this first. I want it first. Low. All who play the due mark, let me see a trumpet sign.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch. Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
From the moment you first crossed eyes.
It's a girl.
To their very first bowl of cereal. Open wide. Going into parenthood means nourishing your little one to reach their fullest potential. With Nestum Nature's Selections infant cereals, give 30% more whole grain with 15 vitamins and minerals, including iron, all with no added sugar. Nature's Selection. Give your baby the best. Nestum, from 6 months onwards.
Place was good. I went and did some doubles, the place was good. I went by the beach and I watched the skies, it was a paradise. But when COVID touched down that day, and I see the cases start to raise, I tell you, if you don't get vaccinated, it's trouble for the place to be good again. For the place to be good again. For the place to be good again. No more lockdown in Port of Spain. For TNT to be good again. Right? So we could mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. So we could mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. Yo, this is Iwer, George, the big boss of the business. And this is the message from the North Central Regional Health Authority.
Jason,
Yes.
I'm watching the house plan.
Yes.
What are all these little rooms?
The children's rooms.
So much? Look, let me plan the family.
Dreaming of building your home?
TTMF has the ideal team to help you realize your dream. With up to 90% bridge financing for construction and much more help available, TTMF is your ideal mortgage partner. Visit us online or call today. TTMF, from here to home.
Pastor Hannah A. Parbu of Holy Spirit Ministries will be live on the street 919 FM every first and third Wednesday from 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. In the scripture, Matthew 19 verse 26, the Bible says, "But Jesus looked at them and said to them, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." Pastor Hannah is here to motivate you, challenge you, encourage you to walk in your purpose and destiny God has for you. For prayer and counseling, call Pastor Hannah at 728-5197.
He heals me when I'm broken. Gives strength where I've been weak. Forever he'll reign.
I decided that I would try it once for some strange reason. It started to work. Because every time I run on hard surface, my left knee as well tends to pain the next day. So I tried it and some miracle it worked.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Is it your mind or does the product work?
Well, I've been running on the road every day now and I have no pain in my joints. So it's definitely the product.
So the product works?
Definitely.
Hi, what's up, TNT? This is Wayne Johnson out of Brooklyn, New York. I always wanted to do something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT. Salvation, full and free. Salvation is for everybody. Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
No distance can divide us, our hope is what connects us. Though challenges we face, we're still full of resilience. If we believe together, things are gonna get better. We're closer than we've ever been, we will rise up much stronger. Just believe, just believe, just believe, just believe. Yes, we've been down before, and we will rise once more. Just believe, just believe. Just believe. Hope will lead the way. Tomorrow's a brighter day, so just believe.
Believe in the future. Believe in each other, and we will get there. Be mobile. Just believe.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Let's go and take that one.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, we worship you, King, yeah. I found love, it came down, spread its arms on a tree. And in those arms I found compassion, love's restoration, my soul guaranteed. Hope in you, I found hope in you. Oh Jesus, hope in you,
worship the Lord our God, yes. He is our King, yes. You're worthy, Lord. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I found love, yeah. It came down. Spread its arms. In those arms, I found compassion, love's restoration, a soul guaranteed. Hope in you. I found hope. I found hope, Lord. Help me sing hope in you. I found hope in you. Oh, Jesus, hope in you. I found hope in you. Hope in you. Help me sing, hope in you. I found hope in you. Oh God, hope in you. I found hope in you. Oh Jesus, we worship you, Lord, Almighty God. Oh God, we worship you. Not by might, not by power, but the Spirit, says the Lord. They may come against me, but my strength has become my song. By your power, you parted the sea. Lift the scales from my eyes, I can helps me in my story. Oh Yahweh, hope of nations, you've become my salvation. Sing Yahweh, oh Yahweh, you're so holy. You have helped me in my story. Oh Yahweh, hope of nations, you've become my salvation. Someone worship Yahweh, mighty King. You are the faithful one. We cry on Yahweh. He is a mighty King. He's a faithful one. You are holy, God Almighty. In Yahweh, we make our boast. You give us victory over our enemies. Mighty King, faithful one, you are so holy, Lord. God Almighty. In Yahweh, we make our boast. You give us victory over our enemy. Worship you, Lord. One shout on the name. Yahweh, Yahweh. This just a fire, oh this just a fire, yeah. This just a fire, oh this just a fire, this just a fire, oh this just a fire, this just a fire, oh this just a fire. The whole world can shake up, government's putting on makeup. I don't know when all of my people gonna wake up. They fall in love with the world, it's time to break up. No time to play, this time's to pray. Open up your Bible and read what it says. We're living in the very last days. We're living in the iron and clay. Perilous times gonna come, but we just in the trial. When the time come, don't get caught in the fire. Where you gonna stand when it down to the wire? Now is not no time to retire, better be prepared. This just a fire drill. Get out the way before the fire kill. I say this fire kill. This just a fire drill. And don't get caught up in the hocus pocus. Christians focus. This just a fire drill. Get out the way before the fire kill. I say this fire kill. This just a fire drill. And don't get caught up in the hocus pocus. Christians focus. This just a fire. Oh, this just a fire. This just a fire. Oh, this just a fire drill. I know it's are the critics and the skeptics. The only thing they believe is the metrics. So they sit in front of the TV watching Netflix, thinking everything just gonna get fixed. But when the fire come, everybody ball, oh God. They never read their Bible, so they never know God. The oil in the lamps get run out. Brother, don't let your oil run out. Cause if your lamp's not trimmed, I don't know where you're heading. But brother, you don't wanna miss the wedding. The bride getting ready and the bridegroom coming. And you don't wanna be stuck with the five that you're running. Better be prepared. This just a fire drill. Get out the way before the fire kill. I say this fire kill, oh no, this just a fire drill. And don't get caught up in the hocus pocus. Christians focus. This just a fire drill. Get out the way before the fire kill. I say this fire kill, oh no, this just a fire drill. And don't get caught up in the hocus pocus. Christians focus. This just a fire, oh this just a fire. This just a fire, oh meditate upon the word. Don't waste time, get deep in the word. Many gonna cry and I say, who the heck gonna feel? The only way to hear the Lord voice is if you read. Stop playing with fire and brimstone. The iron and clay will get mixed on, yeah. The whole world get shake up. Government's putting on makeup. I don't know when all of my people gonna wake up. They just a fire drill.
Righteous and faithful, ever true. We lift our hands and sing all praises to the King of matchless worth, of matchless worth.
blessing still. On a rough road, a smooth road, I come my blessing still. When I wake up in the morning and the birds start sing, fall upon my knees and give praise to the King, cause I him will wake me up and bless me with everything. Hear the lion child a sing, say, food up hot, give me that. A healthy body, yes, God give me that. A loving family, God give me that. When I go astray, yes, God bring me back. Look, skin so clean, God give me that. And so pretty nice teeth, God give me that. Say the sun I go shine out every day, but I know I go light my way. It a come my way, blessings a come my way. Each and every day, each and every day. Oh, put a right way, a byway, that a blessing still. On a rough road, a smooth road, I come my blessing still. Let me tell you things that I've been through, like when the money done and the rent due, and the landlord a come watching face crew, cause him not go take no excuse, Lord. Where the money come from? Oh my God, you know I have none. I keep on praying, say things got on wrong. I keep down faith in Jesus, your son, cause I know if he did it before, he can do it again. Yes, I know if he did it before, he can do it again. It's a come my way, it's a come my way. Blessings are come my way, each and every day, each and every day. Oh, put a right way, a byway, that a blessing still. On a rough road, a smooth road, I come my blessing still. It's a come my way, it's a come my way. Blessings are come my way, each and every day, each and every day, each and every day. Oh, put a right way, a byway, that a blessing still. On a rough road, a smooth road, I come my blessing still. Where the blessing come from? From a God up above there. Where the blessing come from? And it a run non-stop, say. Where the blessing come from? From a God up above there. Where the blessing come from there? And it a run non-stop, say. Yo, every day, give God praise, count your blessings. Every day above ground is a blessed day. Yeah, Lion Child, Righteous Records. Yeah, we giving God praise, man.
Where are we right now? How we end up here today? Tell me who is to be blamed, and does it matter anyway? Take a look around, open up your eyes and see. Now's the time to make a difference. Be the change you want to see. Do you remember a time when we used to love, yeah? And with a strength in we heart, we rise above, yeah.
So what would it take to recapture? Now that we face a new chapter.
Come on, my brother, my sister, the heart of the matters, we all need each other.
Let's do this together, yeah.
Together we aspire. Together we achieve. And oftentimes I wonder, yeah, is it something we still believe? Yeah.
We bless the world with harmony.
There's no greater time for love, no greater time for peace.
Be what we know we're meant to be.
There's no greater time for love, a light for the world to see. The mighty rise to meet their challenge. Here we stand and we fight and we shall not fail. Now is the time for action. Tell them we're ready now, come with me. So let we choose to love, yeah. And side by side we will overcome, yeah. Standing firm in defense of the future, a whole generation to nurture.
So come and we show them the power of people together. If we work as one, then the victory is ours, yeah.
Together we aspire, yeah. Together we
Things look much better when we band together than the bands on mothers' bellies. Together, only the red on the flag becomes redder, and the only band we'd see is the band across the flag, if any. We're ready, and together we can move the clouds from grey to fine and make sunshine TNT. There's no greater time than now.
Show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Right there, right. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there.
We have been love for a century, overflowing our hearts never empty. Never let evilest people tempt me. Got to keep my heart pure if I want to endure. No me see clearer than 2020. Cause we don't end up in a penitentiary. Rather teach the youth and them in elementary. If you don't want to fall, then you got to hold on no matter what.
So show me how to live, just show me how to love, just show me how to just be above it all. Yeah, cause I'ma make it one day. So show me, show me.
Hear our cries for change, urgent, as if our esophagus were made with the same cast iron pots our grandmothers hammered to shape with their hands. Hear our cries for peace, sure, like how every one of those pots will be passed down from generation to generation. We are resilient, we are here to last, and at last, we cannot be broken.
Well, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you for Bruce Wayne, Mr. Romain, for holding it down this morning. I'm right here. I was right here sitting, listening. Some of the songs that I would have chosen to play to open the show this morning. And while doing that, just listening to also to some information that is out there. Clearly, some people don't listen. Clearly, some people I don't know how to put it. You know, when you're in the media and you are bombarded by so much misinformation, disinformation, so much things that are, so much, what do you call it? I want to find the right word. Conspiracy theory. I call some people conspiracy terrorists. Why am I going with this? I know that I'm off Facebook. Let me see if I'm off YouTube, just to make sure that what I want to say, I can say it. All right, so I'm on YouTube. All right, so let me take off YouTube because I want to say some things that I don't want